Brian Casey from Green Devils here with my Paddock matchday prediction, and it's Ruud van Nistelrooy's final game in charge, and I fully expect the players to put on a good performance, get the victory, and see Ruud off as an unbeaten manager. I hope to see Ahmad start again on the right. He showed midweek that he deserves a spot in that starting 11, and I see us winning 3-1. Come on, United, up the Paddock.
Back again, Pima predicts in Premier League, Leicester at Old Trafford. We got a good win in the Europa League, and I don't can tell you which wasn't that bad, so I'm going for 3-0 or 4-1 win United. Up the way and up the Paddock.
Hi, we're back again with our prediction for the Leicester game. Obviously, Ruud's last game in charge. What's your thoughts, Ernie? What do you reckon is going to be the score?
I think 2-1.
2-1 to United?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Obviously. Højlund and
Rashford? I think Rashford will play over Garnacho this weekend. Because Garnacho wasn't very good last weekend, was he?
No, he wasn't.
So, yeah, I think I'll go with... I'm going to say 3-1, just to be different to you. I think we'll win. I think it should be a comfortable win, but at the same time we haven't been scoring loads of goals, so it's not gonna be a romp. Let's hope we get a win though. All the best. Up the Reds. Come on.
Hello, welcome to Stretford Paddock. This is the watch-along for Manchester United versus Leicester City. Ruud van Nistelrooy's last game in charge, the day before Ruben Amorim takes over, and we've got a hell of a lineup for you today. Let's start over that side with Ryan Hopper up the RH.
Up the RH, I'm very well, thank you, Joe.
It's a big game today.
Big game.
One of those games. We're just looking at the Premier League table. I'll get to you in a second. We're just looking at the Premier League table. You know what about you. And United, if we win today, we'll be 4 points off fourth, which for me is a fantastic sort of ground foundation for Amorim to take over from. So it's a big game today, and for the big game, we've got the big boy himself, shaded up today. Look at you,
I feel like
cooler than cool, Ronaldo Brown.
I feel like it's such an obed.
Go on, talk us through it.
But I can't even explain it, but I've had a bit of a flare up with my eyes. Both my eyes are looking puffy, like I've gone 10 rounds with Mike Tyson.
You look great.
Bit of allergies. Massive, but my dedication to yous and to the channel meant I had to go find some shades from Adam Ashton, producer, and I've got to throw them on. And now I'm not just being one of those unusual dickheads putting sunglasses on indoors.
Daniel Berry says, "Let's see, Ronnie. Can we just glimpse the eyes, or just
I can't.
It's a little puffy piece there. Look, okay. It's not too bad actually.
It's not too bad.
It might get a little bit better, but the shade's looking cool. I mean, immediately we've got the comparisons in there. The Stevie Wonder's popped up immediately. We knew before the stream. You were like, "It's Steve." We're getting Stevie Wonder. Someone said, "Has Steve hurt you?" Promise us it's allergies and Steve hasn't
people
punched
might
you.
think it's a black eye, but I get it sometimes in the summer, and it varies how bad it can be. But literally, as I'm walking to the studio, it literally just ballooned up on my left eye, and I was like, I can't go on camera like that. So I'd imagine saving me the shades.
Pink eye isn't allergy.
Is it pink eye?
You've got a bit of fart particles in there. I mean, all the comparisons are coming out. Some of these are just, Edgar Davids, I wasn't expecting.
Edgar Davids?
I wasn't expecting that. Right, big game today. We'll get the lineup. We're ready with the lineup. Yeah. Let's just start with that then. Let's go from there, and then we'll talk through what today means. So here's the starting 11 for the game. We've got Onana in goal, Mazraoui, De Ligt, Martinez and Dalot as the back four. That's the first choice back four now, isn't it? I mean, without Luke Shaw, but he's not been here all season. So for this season, that's your first choice back four. Casemiro, Ugarte, Fernandes is that little midfield triangle. Again, seems like Van Nistelrooy's preference of a midfield three, doesn't it? He's picked that more often than not. And then a slight tweak up front compared to recent games. Garnacho comes out of the side. Rashford back in with Højlund and Ahmad. And that is the front three that I've wanted to see for quite a while now. And that's no disrespect to Garnacho. I just think that his game has... It's almost like it's been more and more exaggerated over the recent weeks, where he's gone even more direct, even less sort of kind of generous with his passing. It's like he's so keen to get on the score sheet that at times I think his decision making has lacked. I like seeing Rashford in there, obviously the player in the squad that we know is capable of scoring 25 goals plus, and can anyone else do that? I'm not sure. But Ahmad obviously had to start, didn't he, today, Ronny, after that performance midweek?
No, he did. He was top quality, and he's shown what he can bring. Sometimes people have question marks about whether he plays with the right intensity sometimes, and there's a little bit of a timidness in his play occasionally that sometimes fans don't warm to, but he's got that kind of technical security. He's got the he's able to keep the ball. He can combine in like those areas with the likes of a Manu when he's back, and even maybe like a Xerxes. Xerxes could probably do with someone like that playing alongside him, someone that he can bounce with. But he also shows that he's got the ability to go 1v1 inside and out. And for me, I think he very much deserves a starting place after his performance in midweek. If there's one way of making a statement, that's the way you do it. 2 goals and probably being our best player.
Yeah, you mentioned there about his stats, and I've said this a lot this season, but I think this is the make or break season for Ahmad, because it's his 4th season at the club now, and if he can't push into that first team and show how good he is, I think he could well go elsewhere. But if he keeps performing how he did on Thursday, there's no question that he's going to be here and be very successful. I've got a few stats of his, because you mentioned there about keeping the ball. His pass completion is in the top 5% of attacking midfielders and wingers in the top 5 leagues, which is crucial in it, because the other players in that front line, as we always say, if they pass at all, they aren't sort of great passers. Whereas Ahmad keeps the ball very well, allows United to build that possession, build pressure, and also stops the opposition having that kind of momentum that we see so often. Also, another thing that I think that goes underrated in his game, he's getting 2.8 tackles per game in, which puts him in the top 1% of attackers in Europe. He's, in terms of winning the ball back, he does a very good job as well. And we saw that for his goal at the week, midweek. He did it all himself. He won the ball back. He went past his man and put it in from 20 yards out. Are you impressed with Ahmad? RH?
Yeah, no. Just to reiterate what Ronnie said there, I think the calmness and the composure is something a little bit different than what the wingers that we have. I think the wingers that we have are very, direct. Want to go 1v1. He can do that. It's just identifying when and where to be relaxed, composed on the ball, and then when to get at your man. But no, I've been really impressed with him, and I'm just glad that Ruud's, seen that he's made an impact the other night, scored 2 goals, and then rewarded him for obviously that performance by giving him a start today. That again, you got to play for your shirt, and like you said about Garnacho, over the last few weeks, maybe he might be underperforming, but you got someone who's been given an opportunity, taking it, and been rewarded. So I think that's fair play to Ruud as well.
Yeah,
that's definitely an underrated part of his game, though. His ability off the ball. He does work hard defensively. I thought at times he did look like he got a little bit leggy at the end of the first half, and it can happen when you get in bit part minutes and you're not able to kind of ramp up almost like your fitness. Yeah. But I think if he's fit and he gets consistent playing time and he's raring to go, you can see that he can provide a whole different element to the rest of the wingers that we have.
I think on that one as well, when we've, I've been on here, and Ronnie and yourself, as we've identified sometimes that, he doesn't, whether he's been told to do that under Ten Hag, he doesn't want to track the full-back when he's defensively, or the winger. He's got to switch on both sides, Garnacho. But where Ahmad seems to be doing, obviously, the output attacking-wise as well as doing the shift off it, I think that's a good trait to have as the winger.
Definitely. Jacob Meyer in the comments says, this guy has an agenda with Ahmad. He keeps saying he's been here for 4 seasons. I said this is his 4th season, and it is. It's not an agenda. This is his 4th season at Man United. I don't know whether you want me to lie and say he's just got here, but he arrived in the 2021 season. This is his 4th season. Actually, it's his 5th season. So, I don't know what you want me to say. He arrived in 2021, 2021, 21-22, 23-24, 22-23, 23-24, and 24-25. He's been here 4 seasons. This is
we signed him when he was 18.
Yeah, I'm not, again, that's not a problem. I'm not worried. I don't think it's an issue. It's not a bad thing. But
he's also not as young as people. He's like 23.
He went on loan as well, didn't he, for a year as well.
I think he can be a success at United. I like him. I don't want people to think I don't like him, but he's been here for 4 seasons. So, that's not an agenda. That's just a fact. And, I just hope for his sake he finds a manager that wants to play him consistently, because under Solskjaer and Ten Hag, that didn't happen. I do think, though, of all of our attackers, he might be the one that immediately suits Amarim's style, certainly looking at it from a distance the most. Yeah, he can do that inside stuff. He keeps the ball well. He's got a good through ball on him in a way that maybe Garnacho and Rashford don't slip it in quite as well as Ahmad do. Drifting out wide, cutting inside as well. I think Ahmad's probably the best of all of them at that.
Yeah, do you know what's crazy? It's if you're looking at the Amarim system of the 3-4-2-1, he's almost playing with those 2 inside 10s. The 2 players that we have most suited to that are probably Ahmad and Mason Mount. And obviously there's been question marks about both. A lot of fans have thought Ahmad they deserve more minutes, but they didn't quite understand the clamouring for him to start because they weren't completely overawed with how he performed when he would play.
Yeah.
But and then you've got Mason Mount, who's had his injury issues and he's had problems with availability, and also being slightly underwhelming when he has played. But if they were fit and raring to go, that's a definite combination that you could see of Ahmad and Mason Mount as like almost an inside left and Ahmad as an inside right. But then you've got players like Rashford and Garnacho, and you're wondering how they're going to fit into the team. Obviously, he does play with wing backs. I think one of his wing backs, he does like to operate more as a winger than anything else. Yeah, so you don't know if they could play in that way. But I think it's really interesting and it's really intriguing to see how these players will fit. And that's what will happen when you have a transfer window or multiple transfer windows tailored towards a manager, and then that manager goes and another manager comes in, and then you've almost got a reset, and then you've got a whole different transfer strategy now.
Yeah, I think on that one, obviously with him coming in, I think it's up to the players to adapt as quick as they can to the way he wants to play in his style. Because we've been talking over a few weeks about what is our style, or have we got one? This manager looks like he's certainly got one. So it's up to the players to adapt. If they don't adapt, they don't play. And it's some players might surprise us. Under Ten Hag, who've not really featured, they might come into their own under the new manager.
It's interesting. I mean, it's exciting to see. I do think we've got like less really poor players in the squad now than we have done over the last 10 years, or fewer really poor players. Like if you look at the midfield, there's no shit players in that midfield anymore. Like Ugarte, I know there's been questions about his sort of kind of quality on the ball at times, but I don't think he's a bad player. I think he's, we'll see how good he can be, but he's not a poor player. Eriksen, the same, he's got some very good abilities. Mainoo, obviously fantastic. Casemiro, waning a bit, but again, he's not bad. I think in the defence as well, we've got a lot of players in there, all of which are quite good or better. I think that a manager can come into this squad and, like you said, feasibly find a player that wasn't playing much under the previous manager and could almost be a star man, like a Mason Mount. If you put him in a system that works for him, what was it, 15 goals, 16 assists he got for Chelsea? Like the year they won the Champions League. That's really good. So I do think that there are less obviously poor players in this squad than we've seen probably at any time in the last 10 years. I just think we need more of that top-end quality now to kind of build it out in terms of actually challenging for stuff. Jarka Russ, who's been a member for 6 months, says, up the RH. Up the RH indeed. And Heaven Soul said, stunned that the Paddock managed to secure Future to feature on a United watch-along. Didn't know he was a fan. Paddock moving up. 3-2 win today. It's not bad actually. It's not a bad shout. It's a bit more left field.
I'm surprised you even know who Future is.
I didn't Google him.
Yeah, you definitely did.
No, I didn't. Also, big shout out to Green Devils as well. Thank you for everyone who sent your pre-match predictions into paddockmatchday@gmail.com, and check out Green Devils channel as well. Cheers for sending your predictions in. Just back to this team and back to the game at hand today. I don't think we've got the Premier League graphic there, but I'll go through it anyway. I'm going to go through, most of it, even though it pains me to look at the top few. Liverpool at the top with 28 points. City 5 points behind them, which is a good chunk. And I want to talk about City in a minute. I know it's a United watch-along, but we've got to revel in something.
Talk about your rivals. No,
yeah, of course. Yeah. Forest, sensational work. Played a game less than City and they're 4 points behind. If they win, I think they're playing Newcastle today, aren't they? If they win today, they'll go a point behind City after almost a third of the season, or over a quarter of the season anyway. Amazing stuff for them. Brighton up to 4th as well now. Chelsea down to 5th, but they've got a game in hand. And then Arsenal in 6th, again, got a game in hand. You mentioned, didn't you, Ronaldo, that from 3rd place to 12th place is 4 points.
It's crazy tight.
It's crazy tight. And then obviously, unfortunately, United are where it drops down a little notch. But United down in 13th on 12 points. Again, Brighton have got 19 points, so 7 more than us, but we've got a game in hand. So if we can win today, we go within 4 points of 4th place. That's not a bad place for Ruben Amorim to pick off, is it, Ronny?
This is why there's an element of still some optimism, is because the season, the league this season has quite a lot of parity in it. It's very competitive, it's very tight. But because on one side of it, you're like, okay, it means that we've actually got more teams that are challenging for the positions that we're trying to strive towards. But then you look at it as in the level means more teams around you will drop more points. So then you can actually have a little bit of a slow start and make up ground if you go on a run of performances. So I think Ruben coming in with us beating Leicester today, hopefully, and being in a position to kind of almost be trailing the other teams, and making the most of it if they do drop points will be perfect. Because you're looking at teams like Fulham and even Brighton and even like Brentford and Bournemouth. You're not expecting them to stay above United, but
even Forest, I would be
even Forest,
yeah.
but with the way the Premier League is now, the money that you've got in different teams, who knows? I think the Premier League is that good now from top to bottom that I think just one really good transfer window with the right manager, and I think a lot of teams can surprise you. Because we're looking at, because I'm mentioning Brentford and Bournemouth and like Forest and Brighton. Brighton spent 200 and odd million in the transfer window.
Yeah.
Bournemouth has spent 45 million on a striker.
When you look at West Ham,
Brentford can also spend 30-40 million on players now.
Yeah.
There's so much money and the level's gone so high in the Premier League that it's actually quite difficult to count some of these teams out. And it also makes it harder because it feels like every game that we play now, there's no guarantee wins in the Premier League now. So
I'm looking at some of the top spenders, like West Ham spent 150 million 2 years ago in the summer. I know they've sort of dialed back a little bit, but even then they spent 85 this summer. Like it's big money. Forest again spent 160 million on that squad when they got promoted 2 years ago. Another 40 to follow that up, and you sort of seen some of those players gel now. What was it, like 30 players they brought in, and I think they just scraped survival. And now you see them pushing on with a team that's kind of getting in there. I mean, even Villa, 217 million net spend over the last 5 years, consistently spending 80s, 60s, 40s, like big money being spent in the Premier League. And if you spend that wisely, like a 200 million net spend over 5 years can be just as powerful as United's 500 million net spend when we waste it as much as we do. You know, we could have you could take Anthony and Casemiro off that, and it's basically the same as the teams above us. So you know, United,
I think it's about doing it the
money
right way, though.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you've got to do it the right way.
I think if you talk about Brighton, they've been, simmering for years, haven't they, in terms of their recruitment and the style and stuff. They're a good club, Brighton. It's a very well run club, and I think they're getting the awards. Forest is brilliant. Fair play to Forest. Like you said, they come up and spent a lot of money, but they've been brilliant this year. It's just how you spend the money. I know we, as United fans, will talk about that all day long, but if the recruitment's spent in the right way, then you'll get your rewards.
Yeah, absolutely. Adam McCullough in the chat as well. Nice to see you, Adam. He's gifted 5 Stretford Paddock memberships as well, which is very good of him. So if anyone's got one of those, welcome. I want to talk about Pep Guardiola and Manchester City, because I think certainly for the first time under Pep at City, and I think maybe the first time in Pep's career, he's lost 4 games in a row.
I think he did it once for Bayern.
He did it once for Bayern as well. Yeah. Okay, so it's not something he does very often. And I don't mean, obviously, I am a little bit joining the bandwagon of having a go at them while they're down. And I say down, they're second in the league. So they're hardly down. But it's an unprecedented run of form at City.
Some people are saying, are we falling for the whole Man City stumbling start of the season just to go on a 15-game winning streak in January
They very much
again?
could do that.
Do you know what I mean? Are we falling for that?
Maybe we are, but I don't think they're finished or they're done or that Pep's a bad manager. But I think since February 2023, City have lost 36% of their games without Rodri playing. They've played 25 and lost 9. And with Rodri in the same time, they've played 81 and lost 1, or 2 if you include the loss to Real Madrid in the Champions League that people don't count as a loss for some reason. But it's pretty stark, the difference when he doesn't play. And he's out all season. That's the thing. If it was De Bruyne out all season, Kyle Walker, even Haaland, I think they could make it work. But Rodri being out all season is the one thing that makes me think they might actually struggle here. I do expect Liverpool to drop off. But the other thing to be said for Pep, and he's a phenomenal manager, the best of his generation, one of the best of all time. But the reason for me that he'll really struggle to ever take over from someone like Sir Alex Ferguson or whatever as the best ever, every single season of Pep's managerial career, he has started that season with the best squad in the league, or very much in that conversation. At Barcelona, I know that Real Madrid team was stacked. Ozil and Ronaldo and people like that, but he had Messi and Iniesta and Xavi. He had phenomenal side. Bayern Munich had the best squad every single season. At City, he came over and took a team that had won 2 of the last 4 Premier League titles and had the best squad in the league and has done amazingly with it. He's a genius. He's fantastic. But I think the problem with him is that you've never had to see him take a squad from 7th to 1st. And that's because he's had phenomenal moves, he's linked in the fuck out of it, he gets the right team at the right time, and there's a skill to that in itself. But I do think that seeing him have to sort of struggle with a side that maybe isn't as good as his rivals, we'll kind of see the test of City this season.
That is it is a valid point, but I think managing players of that quality and managing the squads that he does have, I think that's almost like it is a different skill set from other managers. Do you know what I mean?
I agree with that.
It's definitely still a skill in itself. Able to command that many egos and that much talent and making it work perfectly. Obviously, it does help to have good players, but I think it would be interesting to see him almost go on like a different path of taking a team that's a little bit underwhelming and almost overachieving, because it does. I'm not gonna lie to you. It's a fair assessment, but I do wanna. I'm not gonna like take the piss out of him too much, which I have
manager of his generation,
which I will do. I always will do with City, Arsenal, Liverpool. If I get an opportunity to take the piss out of him, I will. So I do agree with you on that. It's kind of proven he's no Fergie, obviously, but
and also because remember as well, Fergie still had to manage all those egos for 50. Yeah. Like it took him 7 years to take a team that couldn't possibly challenge for the title to winning the title. So, but that transition there, and then keeping it there for another 20, that's what makes Fergie so much, a step above everyone else. Because Pepper's kept teams there, which is phenomenal, but so did Sir Alex. And he took a team that's worse than the current Man United squad, or just as bad, and took it there and then kept it there over generation after generation of players. Yeah. That is just unheard of. Like, and not since the 60s have teams been able to do that. In the modern era, playing against people like Pep Guardiola, I think he's just on another level. And obviously, Pep is the best around now. But I do think seeing what you can do when you do have these injuries, because they've been, they've always been blessed with a big squad. And we were chatting about this the other day. City don't actually have a big squad anymore. They've got 15 players who are phenomenal or thereabouts, and then it's like children.
But a lot of young lads in, aren't they?
Yeah, I'm hoping. We're all hoping that, because we're not exactly up there challenging for the title like obviously was. I'm hoping that Forest or someone like that can do a Leicester. Just anything that would avoid the likes of Liverpool, Arsenal, or City winning it. I actually wouldn't mind.
It's sustaining that though, isn't it? Like you said there, it's keeping them there. They're doing really well at the moment, but you've seen it in the past with the title races when Arsenal have been flying. You have to have that something a little bit different to take you over the line, don't you?
And Nival as well in the comments said, and what Fergie did with Dundee as well, phenomenal. The last manager to beat Real Madrid in the European final, and the last manager to win the league who didn't manage Celtic or Rangers in Scotland. And that was 43 years ago or whatever it was. Like 40 years ago, almost exactly actually. Like, just amazing
brilliant
coach across multiple leagues and multiple generations. Like, anyone who's like, oh, Pep's better than Fergie, he just isn't, I'm afraid. Maybe on a sort of tactical coaching basis, whatever, but that's just what football is now.
It's just reformed the way of being able to play, Annie.
Aberdeen, sorry, someone in the comments said Dundee. It's Aberdeen, of course.
No, it's not. Do
you not think? Do you think people have bottled it?
I'm joking. It's coincidence. I think we're sure in it. Obviously, Black Ops.
Is the stream gone down? Yeah, I think it's went down for a second. We're back up. We're back. Yeah. Sorry about that. Just a little dip in the stream there. Apologies.
Black Ops was obviously released the 25th of October, so that was during the time that he had a bit of a setback.
Who's this?
Luke Shaw. Yeah. So I think Luke Shaw's probably got his triple, quadruple prestige by now.
He's prestige.
He's got 5 days worth non-stop of gameplay.
He's got his 1.6 eliminations to death.
So now I think he can come back.
That was me saying.
He might have a bit of ice. He might have a bit.
Stream, by the way.
He might have a bit of eye strain or not.
Yeah, maybe he's got to wear those orange sunglasses like Edgar Davids, because he's got so much. He's been looking at his telly so hard. Do you actually think it's not a coincidence? Do you genuinely believe that players kind of go, I could be back this week, but I can't be asked with this manager and we're shit anyway, so I'll wait till the international break? Maybe ask you actually, because you've been in those environments.
No, I don't think so.
No,
I don't think so. I think could dive too much into it sometimes. I think players like. Because there's that many professionals now in terms of like doctors, physios and stuff like that. A lot of the lads probably won't have the say in when they come back. like obviously the professionals, if the physios have to, some clubs are different. So say United, they might have to build up the work that they do with an individual coach and then worm their way into obviously the team training. They have to cover so many obviously distances with fitness stuff. So I feel like I don't feel like lads can take another week or anything like that. I think it's just perfect timing, and yeah, because they can't just rush them back in. Like if it's long term, they have to complete so many sessions or in-house games, build the minutes up before they come back in with a squad. There's various different like loopholes that you've got to tick before you just come back in.
Yeah, that's fair enough. You'd hope not. Anyway,
Great answer, by the way. Put me right on the spot there.
But it was a really good answer, though. You're right.
Cheers, Joe. Up the RH.
Up the RH. FBF1 Sports says Ruben Amorim is not even in the country yet and he's already ruined City. Easy 3-0 win to set the goal difference to 0. I was looking at that game, obviously. I'm sure a lot of us watched it, Sporting versus Man City in the week. Sporting winning 4-1. And I thought, I don't think it was a 4-1 game, personally. I think that City missed a lot of chances. Obviously, the penalty, most of the time, that goes in the back of the net. And then I thought, but look like that, you have to be there to kind of capitalise on that. It's not just about, because Haaland could have missed a penalty in the 6-3 a couple of years ago, and we still would have lost 5-3. Like, it's not just about the look you get, it's about making your own look as well. And the way that Sporting attacked and the energy and the passion and the aggression that they had going forward is unlike anything that we see from United in recent seasons. And they made those chances. There was a point from about the 45th minute to the 60th minute of that Sporting game where City looked panicky. And it's so rare you see a Pep Guardiola team look panicky. Like, I see United looking like it most weeks. There'll be a 10-minute spell where we're going, I don't know what to do. And you never see Pep's teams look like it. And they were genuinely shitting themselves for a bit. And then I thought, when's the last time United beat City by 3 goals? Because I thought we play them every season. Usually, twice at least. We'll often find them in a cup at some point or another as well. So we're playing them probably 2.5 times a season over the last however long. Ronny and RH, when's the last time United beat City by 3 goals in any competition? Because people, let's say, even if, with a bit of luck, you'd think it might happen occasionally.
I'm saying 2000s.
2000s, okay. RH, thoughts?
Yeah, I would say 2000s. I wouldn't say in the recent. I'm trying to think back to the Scott McTominay goal at Old Trafford. I'm trying to think what score that was when Edison made that mistake. What score was that? I thought that was 4-1, but I might be wrong. Yeah, I thought
because I can remember a 3-1. Was it when Pogba came on and scored twice? Was that 3-1?
You tell me.
No, I think
Pogba's substitute.
Yeah, it might have been
double.
actually. Got 2, didn't it?
But was that 3-1? I don't know what year that was.
Maybe
was it 3-2?
Might be.
What year
but then Small was 2-0 down and 1-3-2. Chris Smalling, that was that one, wasn't it? What score was it when Scott scored that goal from the halfway line? Edison's mistake. That might have been 3-1 now.
Shall I put you out your miseries?
Go on.
I don't know.
The last time United beat Man City by 3 goals was 1995.
Wow.
So, Amorim might have had a little bit of luck, but we haven't had that much luck in nearly 30 years. Like, there's something to that performance and how well they played. And hopefully, we've seen other teams do it to us. Like, Liverpool, unquestionably, got a bit of luck the day they won 7-0. I think they had 9 shots or something ridiculous. And they scored 7. That doesn't happen very often. City have had a little bit of luck when they beat us 6-3 or, the 6-1 game. Like, they basically, everything they touched went in. But you make some of that luck yourself.
You make your own
and
luck,
you allow
definitely.
the other team to have that little bit of luck when United are playing the way they do.
It's like because the Liverpool 7-0, didn't he just create under 3 XG?
Yeah, it was ridiculous. But United have never had that luck against City in 30 years because, and obviously under Sir Alex, it would be a different question.
Basically.
But certainly the last 10 years, you have to do that. You have to do the right things over and over and over again to get that luck.
Yeah.
And we didn't do it.
Yeah, almost like create your own.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
And I just think that if we can get a manager in that makes us do the right things repeatedly, over and over and over, occasionally you'll get 4 goals against City on an XG of 2.
Yeah.
Whereas at the minute, everything feels like it's the other way because we're all panicking. We're not confident. We don't have that aggression that the top sides have.
I think that'll take time for him though. Sorry, Joe. I think that'll take because he's come out himself and he said, "Listen, don't look too much into this," because obviously I've been working with these players for a long time, and obviously they understand the system and they know the roles and responsibilities. I think if we start thinking, "Oh, he's going to change everything too quick," I think he needs the time with that players to get his style. He probably needs a window to bring in the players that he wants to, and then really hit the ground running. I'm not saying that fans shouldn't expect an instant sort of like the way they play. It should, few weeks down the road, months down the road, you should start to see a little bit more. But he come out himself and said, don't expect that, United fans,
It's not going to be an immediate overhaul, is it? Miss Sugarho, very nice, says, with a super chat, says, RH, Ronnie and Shades, Joe, I assume rocking double denim. With this energy, I'll be shocked if we're not 4-0 up by half time. It is double denim, but it's a little white denim on the bottom half, which, I don't know, maybe that's even more impressive, to be honest. Discombobulate, oh no, we read that one already about Luke Shaw's injuries. And Discombobulate again, saying, highlight for me, for the sporting game, was that twat Gallagher saying it's an easy game on TNT, and then them losing 4-1. Yeah, just as I tuned in, he was talking about how, Bournemouth were a better side than these at the weekend. I don't know what all the fuss is about. And then they lost 4-1, which is very good, isn't it? It's always good to see. Looking at the Leicester 11 there, you can see it. Hermansen, Justin, Vestergaard, Faiz, Christensen, Winks, Sumare, Ndidi, Fatawu, Buonanotte and Ayew. What do you make of that side, Ronaldo? Are you panicky? Are you worried? Do you think that we should be on edge?
Well, there's no Vardy, from what I can see there. They don't have Mavididi as well. He's on the bench, but I think no Vardy's definitely a benefit for us, because even though he's up there in age, he's still bright, he's still sharp, he's still got that pace, and his finishing hasn't waned, and he's had a decent season for them. Obviously, they've got Jordan Ayew up front, who still himself is quite a handful. I actually rated him a little bit when he was at Crystal Palace. I think he's someone that can cause problems.
He's just been around forever, hasn't he, Jordan?
Yeah, he has. But looking at that team, I know their keeper Hermansen's been one of the best shot stoppers in the league this season. I hope he doesn't have one of his worldies today. But that's a team that we should be able to get at.
Yeah,
I know they've gone for a little bit more of a defensive midfield three with Sumare and Ndidi with Harry Winks as well.
Yeah,
and Fatu is a good player as well. Buonanotte, he's on loan from Brighton, I think.
Yeah,
but as any team in the Premier League, there's enough there to cause you problems if you allow it. It will be a much more difficult game than when we played them in the cup competition, because this is not their B side.
I think we need to be very wary of that.
Yeah,
I think when was it? Was it last season or the year before when we beat Crystal Palace in the cup? And
they did us at Old Trafford,
and then they beat us about a month later, and it was almost like we thought they'll be as slow and as ponderous as they were in the cup game, and when they weren't, because obviously it's their full strength side and they're more up for it, we just couldn't handle it. Like the first 20 minutes, I think will show us whether we've underestimated them or not. They're just showing Jordan Ayew on MUTV now. It's weird. Sorry, it's weird with strikers. Like, I know he's not like a finisher, goal scorer striker who does other stuff. He'll play out wide occasionally, but like most footballers, most strikers as professionals don't really score many goals, do they? Like, he's a top level striker. Played in the Premier League for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 years in a row. That's a phenomenal career. Made millions as a footballer. He's got 88 goals in 538 career games. Like, that's 1 in 6.
Yeah, he's not prolific.
It's mad though.
Played out wide for a bit as well, didn't he?
Yeah, he does. And I know he's not like a Van Nistelrooy kind of fox in the box guy. But like, I always think like we always expect like 20 goals plus as a good like. You have to be so good to get 20 goals plus at the top level, don't you? Like, how good at football do you have to be to do that? Someone like Jordan Ayew, who's a good player, has never got more than 11 goals in the Premier League. In the Premier League, never got more than 9. And you're like, he's a sort of stalwart, standard Premier League striker.
Yeah, but as you just said, I don't think that many strikers regularly get double figures in the Premier League.
But our standards are so high, aren't they, for what United want, and it's just mad. It's just mad. Just on, we've got
take the single off me.
An Ayew stat.
There you go.
We've got a stat on
the
screen there. Only John Duran has scored more goals as a substitute in the Premier League this season than Leicester's Jordan Ayew. Both of Ayew's have come in his last 2 away games, and both in second half stoppage time. Winner against Southampton and equaliser against Ipswich. We don't need that, do we? I mean, he's not coming off the bench today, so that's a start.
Yeah.
He can't come off the bench to score against us. Ruud van Nistelrooy. You see him doing his little pre-match chat. Yeah. He looks the part, doesn't he, Ronnie? He looks like a good manager
When
got
you
the
say
visual element.
looks the part, what do you mean by that?
So he's
Are
got.
you attracted, or is it?
I think he's a handsome man for sure. But I think most of the great managers of all time. Do you know people say you've either got a horse head or a frog head? Have you heard of this?
No, I haven't.
You've either got horse face
enlighten
or
me.
frog face. You can fit into two categories.
He's got that beard that you're talking about, where I feel like he shaped it, but if it wanted to, it could have basically started.
Yeah,
across
exactly.
Yeah.
I think most of the top managers of all time have had a long face, and he's certainly got the long face. He's got the sort of the knitwear. It's all done up nice, like you said. He's got the beard. He carries himself well. He's obviously a great player as well. He's got that kind of vibe to him.
Stature.
He's got the
Yeah.
stature. He's a big guy. You know, he's got all the
Respect,
things that you
yeah.
look at and go. He can sort of control a technical area.
Yeah.
What have you made of the job that he's done, Ronny? Taking over from Ten Hag, coming in.
I've seen a little bit more compactness, but I haven't seen anything massively different from what I saw underneath Ten Hag.
Yeah.
But as people have pointed out, which makes sense, I don't think as an interim, when you know you only got 2-3 games, that you are going to fill the players with a whole another philosophy and information and stuff. So obviously we've not lost under him, but also got to see the flip side of he wasn't going to be making sweeping changes just to be at 3 games away, and the players would then have to take on a whole new set of information when Ruben Amorim comes in. So I think he's just here to kind of steady the ship, probably add a little bit of urgency, which we obviously didn't see against Paddock, and make it a smooth transition to Amorim. But there isn't much more to say about his interim period.
What have you made of him?
Yeah, I think he's held the fort really well. Like Ronny said, I think he's steadied the ship. I think massive aura around him, big respected person as a player. Obviously, he's started his managerial career at PSG, done well. I think he's come in and he's steadied the ship. But it'll be interesting to see what happens now, because when new managers come in, they tend to bring their own staff with him. Obviously, his situation's a unique one. He's come in, massive fans' favourite, and he's what I like about him as well. I know it should be a given this for anyone, but it's just a passion. I've seen a little bit of something. Ten Hag was very sort of passive on the side, just stood there, hands behind his back. I think even when goals go in and that emotion, and I think it gives everyone a lift. The fans love it, and it's just a small little detail. And I think he's played the part really well. He's done.
Yeah,
he's done
I agree.
Well.
I think that's sort of what I was trying to say before as well. He feels like a proper manager.
He's been involved with the club, as a player. He knows what it means to play for United. He knows the fan base. He knows what the fan base love and want. And I think he's delivered, on his role really well, and results as well. Yeah. If they win today, it's been a great interim position for him.
Yeah, definitely. He's just sort of, like you said, Ronaldo, he's not reinvented the wheel by any means, but he's just kind of settled things a little bit. Like it felt like before everything was just flying around, just carnage, up and down, basketball, ping pong games. It's just gone, right, just breathe out
relax,
a little bit. Just, keep doing what you're doing, but just chill out a bit. And I think that's almost all we needed for now, before the new manager comes in with different styles and techniques and we're back in the classroom trying to learn a new system.
Definitely.
Just play football and don't fucking shit yourself every 2 seconds because you're worried the manager's about to get sacked.
Definitely.
I would keep him on personally, and I've thought about this as the weeks have gone on. I think that him being in the dressing room and almost being... They were talking about him being a middleman between Amorim and the players. I don't think that's necessary. I think Amorim seems like he's his own middleman. He's a head coach. He's not sit in the in the manager's office, watch training through the window. He's going to be there. I almost think a middleman between the press and Amorim and the fans and Amorim. Someone who knows Manchester United and knows that regardless of what sporting is like and how passionate the fans are, and I'm sure of course they are, the scale of Manchester United is unlike anything else in the world, except maybe Real Madrid or Barcelona. Like, you come to United and the social media is just orders of magnitude different. The press, the way that teams are on you, the way that you get sort of analysed and criticised by everyone. I think having someone in there that knows that, because every manager that's come in, except maybe Jose Mourinho, has either hinted at or outright said, I didn't realise the scale of Manchester United until I arrived. Players say it constantly, managers say it constantly, and Ruud van Nistelrooy gets that, or you would think he gets it more at least than someone who's never managed or played in England before. I think having someone in there with a bit of inside knowledge on Man United and the coaching staff would be a good thing for Ruben Amorim. I would like that if I was going to a new country and a new job.
There's pros and cons to that though, isn't there, as well? Because I think, you're right in what you're saying, but at the same time, it's like if this new man's coming in and something that's clearly not worked in Ten Hag, and he's been part of Ten Hag. I know it's been recently, been part of Ten Hag staff. So it's like, right, this new man's going to come in. He's worked with the staff that he's worked with over the previous years. He knows them, he trusts them, he knows what they're all, steering the ship one way. He knows it's proven that they can all come in and make a transformation into a team. So it's like a new member of the class comes in. You don't really know, and it's a bit. So there's pros and cons. On a personal level, I would like to see him stay because he's, like you said, great player for the club, knows what it means, passion. But then on the flip side, it's like, does the new man want him to stay? Because of building relationship with the players also. If he's in there now and he wants them to do a certain thing and this man goes, no, that's right out the window. And then obviously it might get a little bit awkward because obviously, Ruud told it. You know what I mean?
There's always that. If the players are thinking, Ruud doesn't want us to do that.
And you might look at him as if to say, I know, like, obviously that's over-exaggerating it, but like the manager might want to come in, this is the way I'm going to do things, and this is that. Do you understand what I mean? So there's pros and cons. So it'd be interesting to see what people think, in the chat.
Well, United in the comments has said, why are you assuming that Amram doesn't know the scale of the club? It's like United fans think anyone who hasn't been in the club doesn't understand the pressure. The reason I'm saying that is because, as I mentioned, players and members of staff at Man United have said the same thing. I haven't been in there, I don't get it either. But I've seen people say, I didn't quite realise how big the job it was and how big United are until I arrived. So I'm just going based on people who actually have come into this situation in the past. You all right, Ronaldo?
Yes.
How's the eye doing?
I'm not sure. I'll have a look in a sec.
You're going to nip to the toilet. A little pre-match.
Should I have a look?
Yeah, I will go and check out.
It looks like it's plump, but not as localised. Do you know what I mean? It doesn't look too bad to me.
Yeah, I'll have a look at it. When I get my little toilet break before kick-off.
Yeah, let's go for it. Sahar Shetty says, Ruud is no spring chicken. He just finished 7 points behind Arne Slot's Feyenoord in the 22-23 season with 75 points. He is very capable. I do think he's capable. It's also a bit of a weird dynamic that he's gone from being a head coach to a coach. I know that it kind of happens, but it doesn't happen that much.
He said it would never happen anywhere else but United, though, didn't he?
Which is him kind of setting his stall out that, Ajax aren't going to bring him in as an assistant. I think he's saying, just so everyone else knows, when I leave here, I'm looking for the top job again. I think that's, kind of making sure that people don't think he's taken a backward step in his career.
I think so he can put United on the CV at least as well.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
It's a good one, isn't it?
Or maybe he knew that there was maybe an opportunity for him to have an interim role where he could have proved himself, but probably didn't expect him to, he might maybe thought he could have got the rest of the season. And he might have been able to get some sort of Ole Gunnar Solskjaer kind of trajectory. Maybe that could have tempted him as well, but that's obviously not happened.
No. People maybe didn't know that we'd be clamouring for Amram quite as quickly as we have been. Thank you very much. We've got 15 minutes till kick-off. 14 minutes, actually, to be precise, Ronny. Let's get some score predictions. Get your score predictions in the comments, your score line and scorers. We're going to start with the producer predictions, which is just a thing now. Ben says 3-0 United. Adam says 6-0. And Harvey with a cheeky 2-1, much like his university degree. RH, what are you saying?
I think it'll be comfortable for us today. I'm going to go out on a whim and say that I think it'll be 2-0.
Yeah.
I think we'll win 2-0. I think we'll have a lot of the possession. I think they'll sit very deep and try and hit us on the break. I think it's up to us to break them down, and I think we'll do that. I think it'll be a 2-1. 2-0, sorry.
2-0. Who do you think's going to get the goals?
Go with Rashia.
Yeah.
And I think Højlund will get one today as well.
I'd love Rashford to get a goal. I think he needs one.
I think 3-1.
Yeah.
And Rashford, I think goal scorers would be Rashford, Ahmad, and Bruno.
I like that. I think Ahmad getting another. I'd love Ahmad and Rashford to score. I think for me though, we need Højlund to get a goal. We need to start seeing him get chances. He'll get one today. Get chances made for him. We've got loads of predictions in the comments, but before that, hit the like button, please. Let's see if we can get to, let's say 800 likes. There's over 3,000 people watching, 3,500 people, and we've only got 322 likes. If we can get it up.
Get it liked.
Is that your Budweiser?
Yeah. I don't think I'll have it, but it is mine. You can have it if you want it. Score predictions. Simulator OG. Ronaldo's going to walk in front of the camera now, so prepare yourself. Simulator OG says 5-0. David Ellingsworth says 3-1. Ahmad, Casemiro and Højlund. The Lame Name says 2-0. John Bolt 4-1. Miles simply says up the RH.
Up the RH.
Slick Vic says God Joe is hot. Thank you very much, Vic. Echo Day says 2-1 United. Heaven Soul 3-2. Mostly wins, which is nice because sort of go back 2 or 3 weeks and it was a lot of draws and not sures in the comments. It does seem as though typically we've got a little bit of a bounce of optimism at least, which I think that's what our interim's here to do. And steady the ship, try and kind of alleviate some of that building pressure that comes with a manager getting sacked and make fans sort of feel a bit optimistic again. Have you felt, though, this time that we're almost in this sort of limbo, aren't we, under Van Nistelrooy? Like, I feel like I can't really, read into the performances too much. The results, whilst they've been good, 2 wins and a draw, have sort of left me a little bit numb. Like, I'm not getting true joy from winning. And I'm not getting true pain from drawing. Like, I just feel like we're just sort of waiting for Amorim, really. Does that feel like the same to you?
I think it's just, for me, it's quite refreshing to see him, again, like the small little detail about him being passionate.
Change the camera, please.
You know, being passionate and being that sort of, you know, when we, like, on the side, he's animated, he's in the game, he's kicking every ball, and he's, you know, the fans are right behind him. I think it's nice for us before, obviously, Ruben comes in, to have that sort of positivity and that sort of, you know, middle gap. Again, I know it's always difficult when the interim, you know, comes in, and it's that sort of steadying the ship moment. But I think he's done, like I said, I think he's done a very good job.
Yeah.
You can't change the whole dynamics or the styles, because again, he's out of the door, isn't he? Or whatever, he's out of the main position within 3 games, so you can't have a massive overall. But from what he's done, he's rewarded, you know, positive performance with starts. He's changed, you know, personnel. He's gone with his midfield. Agate's come in there. He's been obviously ever present since Ruud's come in. He's picked the players that I feel like he wants to pick. And he's steadied the ship, and it's nice to have the positivity around it.
Yeah, I agree. It's just good having that sort of relaxed feeling a little bit more, isn't it?
But you can't get complacent when it's like that as well.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
That's true.
Sorry,
Stephen. No, good point. Stephen Fox, welcome to the academy. RH.
Yes.
Obviously, for people who don't know, I'm sure everyone does. Obviously, at this point, but you are a football coach.
Yes.
Sort of individual, one-to-one, small group coach.
Yep.
What have you been up to recently? Any names you can mention? Anyone you've been working with?
Usual lads I've been working with. There's an exciting one coming in. I go to LA on Friday for 2 weeks. Got a few clinics out there, so I'm going to go out there.
Lovely.
With Stephen Ireland, a close friend of mine, a former player. Out there for 2 weeks, and when I come back, watch this space, because there's going to be an exciting one coming in.
Oh, really?
Yeah, young lad, firing goals. Take him to that next level.
Little hints there.
Even
I already know who it is.
Let's see.
What, has he told you, or are you guessing?
I'm guessing.
Okay. Well, if it's a guess, we won't say
I'm not exposing.
If it comes in the comments and it's right, then I'm not going to tell you.
We'll see.
Only joking.
LA 2 weeks.
LA 2 weeks, yeah.
No.
Clinics.
What does that look like for you then? Where are you staying? What do you do out there?
Staying with a friend.
Love that.
With a friend out there. Very successful guy. Lives in Beverly Hills, so I'm staying out there.
Staying in Beverly Hills, yeah. Getting tanned up.
Getting like Patrick off SpongeBob, getting burned. Enjoying myself, working hard. Again, it's there to work with the talents over in the US and clinics and partner up with some clubs, and it'd be good. I always go out there once a year, so it'd be good.
Lovely. Exciting though, isn't it?
Exciting,
You
mate.
always go out to LA though, don't you? That's your little thing, isn't it?
Up the RH in LA.
Up the RH indeed.
I didn't know what to make of it.
LA. It's class, mate.
I really liked it.
It's
I liked it more than I thought I would. The other games.
I was only there for 1 day.
Oh,
it's good.
The other games today, then we've got Forest and Newcastle. I mean, to be fair, because we are where we are in the league, almost every game, unless it's fucking Ipswich versus Southampton, is relevant to Man United. So we've got Forest, Newcastle. Both teams, again, we could do with 3 draws here. Tottenham versus Ipswich. I'll take an Ipswich win. And then the big one, 4:30, Chelsea at home to Arsenal.
I think Arsenal win that.
If Arsenal do win that, Ronaldo, I'll leave this with you while I nip to the bathroom. If Arsenal lose that game to Chelsea, is that title race over questions about Arteta's future, do you think?
If they lose, I don't.
tell you what, he dropped a right pipe bomb and he's getting off.
Do you know
that
what?
one.
When it comes to Arsenal, I've already said it. I think 10 points adrift of Liverpool at this stage isn't great, but you're going to assume that Liverpool are going to have a rough patch themselves, and Arsenal are capable of going on a run to capitalise on that. If they lose today, does it mean the titles race is over for Arsenal? No, I don't. We've seen those deficits kind of being breached before, but I think that they have Chelsea's number anyway. I think they probably will beat Chelsea later on, which obviously does help us, because that will be a direct top 4 title challenger. What do you think?
I think Arsenal will beat Chelsea. I think I agree with you on that one. I think it's Arteta's one of them where it's been a few years now where they've been sort of nearly there. I feel like, if they do get beat, I don't think that defines them, because like you said, Ronny, you can go on a long running and be right back in the challenge. And like you say, with City at the moment, they're going through a bit of a bad patch, but I'm sure they'll come through it. It's it's a marathon, not a sprint. So
yeah. And I hear you. I've seen in the comments we got idiots in the chat still confused as to why I've got sunglasses on.
I've literally left a pinned comment at the top.
There's literally a pinned comment.
Ronaldo has hay fever, swollen eyes. How are they looking now?
It's not hay fever. I've got allergies. My eyes are really bad. They're swollen. I can barely see out of both of them. So I've had to got shades on, otherwise I can't come on camera.
Can I just have a quick flash?
I haven't put shades on.
Cut to my camera and then we'll flash Ronaldo's eyes and I'll see what it looks like.
Just for those muppets in the chat.
Let's have a look. Oh, it's going down though.
Going down.
It's getting a bit better.
Put the camera on it.
It's not too bad. It's getting better, that.
It's going down a little bit, that.
Going down a bit now.
Someone says, who has hay fever in November? Sorry, I apologise. It's not allergies, not hay fever.
Some commitment now. Some commitment. Got the glasses on. Got his glasses on. Don't let the stream down.
It's gone down a lot from half an hour ago anyway.
Yeah, as
Leonardo DiCaprio says, actually looks okay. You can barely notice. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
We better not lose all those sunglasses. We'll get memed, according to Flamster. Probably right, yeah. But you look quite good in those sunglasses. The little Ted Baker piece.
Yeah.
Looking good.
Just got people that obviously can't read in the chat. It's all right though. It's not for everyone.
The chat is for everyone. Just so you know, whether you can read or not, we don't mind. Should we go through the lineups once again then? So you can see the Leicester side there. Hermansen, Justin Vestergaard, fires. Christensen, Winks, Simare and Didi, Fatawu, Buonanate and Ayew. You can see some popular names in the subs bench as well. Skip, Mavadidi, Edouard, Chowdhury, Connor Cody as well. And then United's team, which will be there right now, is Onana, Mazraoui, Delict, Martinez and Dallo, Ugarte, Casemiro, Fernandez, Ahmad, Rashford and Højlund. I can see the players coming out now, which is lovely to see. Although,
lovely to see.
It's exciting, isn't it? It's very exciting. Do you think Amrim's watching this?
I like to think so. I like to think so. Studying what he's coming into. I like to think he's watching this and having a look at the players.
His team kicks off in 5 hours, so he's probably watching it from the hotel.
He's in the hotel room, got it on.
Yeah, he's eating his breakfast or his lunch.
He's got the game on and he's got us on.
Yeah,
on the iPad.
He's got the Paddock WatchAlong on, and he's got Manchester United.
And he's just set up the RH as it got flamed to me.
He's commented on it actually.
Yeah,
you've had a little bit of the Portuguese speaking contingent, haven't you?
Yeah.
Do you think that could get you?
Two of them. Well, 3 of them if you count Brazilian.
If you include Fred. Do you think that? How do you think they'll be feeling about this? Do you think that, obviously, I know Fred's not here anymore, but Dallo and Bruno I'm talking about, who you've worked with.
Yeah.
What were they like as players in terms of sort of attitude? I know you're not doing the day-to-day kind of coaching, but what did you get from them as players?
I think I said this about the Marcus stuff. You can only judge people the way they are with you, and there was absolute credit, to themselves and the football club, and it was brilliant, mate. Legend. It was really good. Attitude, class, wanted to get the work in, got the results in, and good. But in terms of your question, I think when any new manager comes in, whether this is for any player, not just them two, it's obviously that excitement because you want to prove a point. Obviously they might know about you, but it's a clean slate for everyone. So the first training session, getting bang at it, everyone will be wanting to impress, and I think that's just the way it is.
Yeah, I'm excited, and I hope we see the best out of these.
Did you get offered a drink off Ronny.
No, Ronaldo's all of a sudden got a coffee.
I know,
we sent the social media.
Now Harvey's a fellow Giants fan, man. He's my guy, and he said to me, "You know what? I'm gonna get you a coffee."
Who paid for it then?
Right?
Who paid for it?
We have a joint card.
You two. What is it? Just the Giants fan card that you can have? You all get it once a year. So Ronaldo got himself a coffee, didn't offer us one.
It's all right. Ronny, it's all right. I'll just have this here, mate. Is that all right?
Bud piece.
Yeah.
Could have been a company card, but obviously.
Well, it could have been. I didn't even know it was happening. DRZ says Ronaldo with the Stevie Wonder vibes. Watching the game in Spanish should be fun. And then Miles replied saying, "Very superstitious." Isn't it? Again, 3,500 people watching. Let's get to 800 likes, please. Looking at the Premier League table, Ronaldo.
Yeah.
Before we kick off, as we mentioned before, United can go 4 points off of fourth if we win today. If you're Ruben Amorim, and he might not say this to the players, and I'm sure he won't announce it to us because he'd be setting himself up for failure, is your goal get this team to top four? Would that be your target if you were him?
I think you got to have targets like that, of course, but then you've got to also take each game as it comes, because I think that's the stage United have got to. We're in a little bit of disarray. The squad's a bit of a mismatch as it is. We've got a new manager coming in, 15 games into the season.
Yeah.
United need to look at it as just take each game as it comes and not think too far ahead and put lofty expectations, because I don't think it's going to be smooth sailing. And I think Ruben will probably look at it that way as well.
Yeah.
And if you do take each game as it comes and you win, and you perform well and your performance is improved, then the results are going to come with it anyway, and then the eventual targets of the top four could come with it anyway.
Yeah. On the at Old Trafford there, showing the support and remembrance for Remembrance Sunday as well, which is good to see. Ryan.
Yes.
Looking at the game today, if you're playing in that game, how do you make sure that you don't just approach it as though this is Leicester from last week and get caught out?
I think they're prepared during the week in terms of the setup. I think it's when you ever, as a player, whenever you walk over that right line, it's a personal pride, and it's obviously a winning mentality where you want to win, and you can't get complacent. You've got to do everything the right way, like you would do.
Do you think there'll be players in there going to the other players and saying like this isn't going to be the same team, or do you think they just have to?
No, they'll do all. Obviously, Ruud and his staff will obviously know predicted lineups. They'll go through obviously the way they set up, and they'll do all the tactical analysis sort of stuff. So they'll probably have a rough idea. The players will get the team sheets in the dressing room to see who's playing, and they'll go over a few things like that. But in terms of personal pride and desire, no one, and it's a mentality thing. No one wants to go on a football pitch and get beat, whether it's Ruud's last game or not. The new manager will be watching. The fans are there.
And do you know what? People talk about how footballers now they don't care because at the end of the day they're getting paid all these massive wages, and they actually have money incentives anyway. Goal bonuses, win bonuses that are quite hefty, especially at that level of football.
Yeah.
Makes no sense to not want to go and make sure that you win a game and it means something to you.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Because if we talk about how they don't care as much as the fans sometimes, or that's how they come across,
money,
and they only care about money, they get quite an extra bit of bob if they actually win games and do well. So if that's the case, then they should care just as much as anyone.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Yeah.
It's weird though, isn't it? Because I was chatting to my dad before, and we were talking about like when we play other teams, and you've mentioned a similar thing to this, Ronny, of like other teams look more athletic than us. They look quicker and stronger, and just like they're pushing us out the way and running past us for when they're pressing, or there's a 50-50 challenge. It feels like so often we're on the wrong end of that. And like, do you think that's just the personnel that we have problem? Do you think it's a mentality thing, or do you think it's just a confidence thing? Like, what do you think that is, Ronny? Where so often at times, the opposition players, even I thought there was spells against PAOK in midweek where they just looked quicker and sharper and more aggressive than we did.
I just think that's just down to the actual physicality of the players. I think you go through the team, it's not a squad that's been composed to be that physically commanding.
Yeah.
And I think that's definitely a point of emphasis in the coming windows, that we need to get physically better. We need players that are a bit more taller, but also we need players that can cover ground better.
Yeah.
Because that has been an issue. It feels like a lot of teams we do play have the physical edge, and at this level of football, it does make a difference.
And players who are genuine with their output as well. I think at times, our wingers or even fullbacks, and you see it where they're kind of looking like they want to look like they're trying to win the ball back and tracking back, but really they're sort of happy to keep the player at arm's length and let the defender take over from them. Like, there's very few players. I think Bruno, when he tracks back, genuinely is trying to get the ball. I think sometimes Rashford and Garnacho, they kind of want to look like they're trying without actually trying. And we were chatting, I think the player that I've seen in my life that typifies exactly what United need, with aggression, energy, work rate, and then the ability to turn this XG nightmare that we've got into actual goals. I think Wayne Rooney might be the best player I've ever seen at United. Like, you could put him in any United side ever, and he starts every single game for him.
Yeah, well, Wayne Rooney's my favourite United player of all time.
He's imagine him in this side now, how much of a difference that would make like that.
Yeah,
Put him up
brilliant.
front, and all of
What
a
a
sudden
player.
you've got so much more aggression, so much more energy, and unbelievable finishing as well. The only player in Premier League history to get 200 goals and 100 assists. He's
Very
just
underrated,
a
Rooney.
phenomenon.
And not sound stupid,
He
he's
is
very
underrated
underrated.
massively.
Come on, Rashi.
No, he's so good, and some of the obviously
I
everyone
thought
was
there was
in
a chance there to go forward a bit, like
Get a
quick
shot off
yeah,
there
get
when
a
he
shot off
got
or something.
got
I
inside.
was a bit tentative.
Yeah, I just think Rooney would just be,
Yeah, Rooney,
you can
what
just
a
put him in
player,
any,
mate.
I think you
Class.
could play him in any side ever, and he'd fit, and he'd be one of their best players. He's such
What
a
a
good
ball
player.
that
That's
is,
a
by
lovely
the way.
pass. Bruno hooking
Go on
it
then.
across.
Oh, great
unlucky.
pass that was.
It was. Who was
Mad
that?
Rivalry, I think.
Who?
Was that Mazza or
Was
Delo?
No, Delo, actually, yeah.
Go
Get
on,
one.
lad.
Oh,
Whoa! It's not like it's.
that's
that
the loose
hurt
one,
him
that,
there,
definitely,
innit?
Yeah.
Jesus.
Ahmad got
He
really
touched it.
tipped.
Oh, I
touch.
love that Martinez.
Techie boy.
Gorgeous
that.
touch.
Started on the front foot and overall in 1 minute 40. Oh, Casemiro.
Casemiro taking too long there. He had.
I say it every single time I'm
that
on
was
this.
in Diddy caught him.
Every single
what he-
time
ooh.
when he plays off 1 and 2 touch, that's where
Oh,
he's
right,
effective. When he has
that's
too
what
much to
Ndidi
think
does.
about.
Yeah.
But Ronny broke through there a bit,
Yeah, he
too
did.
easily, innit? Brighton's squad depth, especially in forward areas, is absolutely ridiculous. In wingers specifically, because Ronny is a really good player.
You mean
And-
Leicester? Sorry, you said Brighton.
No, I mean Brighton.
Oh right.
Because
Oh sorry, yeah.
because they have like
He's on loan from
these
there.
wingers, and they've got Ronny who's you can go on loan and be like Leicester's sharpest player out wide, and then they've got about 6 wingers at Brighton that
It's
could challenge for a starting place for United.
It's a good position to have an abundance of
Yeah,
them,
yeah.
innit? Because even if they're not quite good enough and you have to sell them, it's so much easier to get 20
They're all
million.
young as well. Nah,
Yeah, 20 million for a winger who's maybe
Nice.
not at that
Yes.
level
Go
than
on,
it is for.
he's not going to catch it.
you
Keep
know,
going.
A centre mid or a left back
Yeah,
or
they-
whatever. They're good.
Oh,
sale
well done.
value.
Ahmad, brilliant.
Keep the ball, mate.
they're investing.
Who's there now? Who's
Who's
supporting
helping him?
He's done very well there. Great
done-
feet.
Oh my
Whoa.
god!
Brilliant.
Okay.
Great play, Ahmad.
Brilliant from Ahmad
Very
there.
good,
He was
that.
Some
literally
player-
in the corner
he was
flag with
helping.
no one
Delo,
near
where
him.
are you, man?
I don't know.
Needed to set back for that cross. No one was near him. He's done really well there, though. Great feet. Whoopsie. That's class.
I appreciate players like Ahmad. I get the whole
Bit
physical,
of you, that, innit? Bit of you, that,
passion and
innit?
desire thing, but I like a little bit of tech and
Tight,
ability,
tight
man.
spaces and
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
I like that.
I know you like it as well.
Yeah,
I reckon
like it, mate.
Ahmad doing one of your sessions.
I like
Could
it.
fire it in. Could punch it.
Give it him.
RH wants
Yeah.
players he can punch it in.
Yeah.
Not players like me. You know what I mean?
Don't be like that.
Sessions
Don't put yourself down.
His sessions are really hard, you know. He's
They
no
always
no joke, RH. Do you
No joke.
know what I mean? He might act like he's not nice when he's coaching.
That's what you need.
The demands are there.
That's
It
it,
needs to be that though,
mate.
'cause otherwise
Premier
what's the
League
point?
standards, mate. That's what it is.
I mean, I could read a book and do a coaching session, but I wouldn't have the ability to do it the way you do
Oh,
it.
shit.
That's why
Shock
he's so
that
good.
Casemiro was.
Go on,
anyway.
Mazraoui.
He's going to hit one, innit?
That's a stinker of a shot. That.
He was when he dragged it, didn't he? Well
Good
done,
tackle.
Bruno.
Got the ball.
Good tackle.
I hate the way he dove then.
Yeah,
It was a bit like
Scuffy,
it's a
wasn't it?
clean tackle,
Almost.
Bruno. There's no need for him to do that.
it's made the screen so dark. Come on,
It's not too bad. I think you can.
it's a bit shiny, innit?
It looked like you've been in a little fight,
Look
a little
at
scuffle.
that, lad. And then people's
It's gone down a little bit, though. It's bad before.
No. It's got a plumpness to it, but
Yeah.
it's not too bad.
Going
me
down,
see.
that, mate.
Which is the brand.
Using the
I can get
camera as a
away with it.
mirror.
Can
Yeah, I
get
think
away
you're fine. We've still got the thing in the comments. explaining the situation for anyone who asks.
Yeah. People are seeing firsthand why I've got shades on. It was actually worse as well before.
Yeah, it was. It was bad before, to be fair. First thing you said when you walked in, check this.
Yeah. United just playing it out from the back, keeping hold of the ball, which is good.
Well done. It's like little stuff like that, like Ahmad there, pops it, little check, gets it back, little bounce passes.
He likes that. Ahmad and Xerxes have both got it in common that they both like the larger kit, don't they? They wear the long sleeve kit that's slightly too big for him.
Yeah.
Baggy.
Yeah. Like Ahmad's always looks like his arms are like tucked into the sleeves because it just makes him look smaller than he is, doesn't it? Steve Cooper.
Wonder what he thinks of Forrest going on this little
He'll
run.
be fuming. It's Nuno in it though, doing so well.
Yeah.
He'll probably be thinking, if they'd give me a bit longer till these players settled in, I could be doing this. I think he might be, because you've got to have confidence in yourself like that, haven't you?
Yeah. Right, it's true. The screen looks so dark when I had those shades on, by the way.
Yeah. That's why people don't wear sunglasses
indoors. Yeah, I know. It was. I feel like it was probably straining my eyes underneath it.
Don't cast.
Oh, nice.
Gone.
Find a player quickly.
Wide, quickly.
And
wide.
again.
Go on, beat him.
Now what?
What have you
1
got?
on 4. What you got, Ahmad?
Oh, unlucky.
He's not.
Coming into bodies there. Should have gone down the outside. Shouldn't he get his shot? Cross off.
One difference between
shot.
him and Anthony is he can. What's happened there?
You got the MUTV thing still playing. That's why. You silly sausages. There's 3 23-year-olds behind the camera, none of which knows how Google works, which is weird. Actually, no, one of them's slightly older.
Sounded a bit. What's the word for ageist? Is it albiest? What's the word?
Not
No,
sure.
that's for disabilities.
Ableist, you're thinking of.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's not for age. It's just ageist, I think.
Yeah.
That's a good touch. We felt a bit lucky. Well done.
I asked you a question, but you were none the Budweiser.
Right, that one. It's good, that.
Joe usually likes him. But
No, I did like that one actually. That was good. Leicester just having a little ball at the minute, passing it around a bit. I like how there's always at least one David Luiz regen in the Premier League.
Go on, keep going. Keep
maybe
going.
Colaccini was the original.
Well done.
Go on, Rasmus. Nice to see Rasmus have a touch in it.
This is the area for like he can play. You know?
Yeah. I think
Go on,
as a player, he would have a lot more value to his game if he really dominated those runs out wide. Yeah.
I actually think Højlund late in games, or if you want to switch it up, I feel like he could play out wide.
Maybe. I just don't know if he's got the technical ability when the game's slowed down and you've got to
get out people, express yourself and that. It's
more
more of a knock and run, isn't it?
Yeah. Don't be like Drogba.
I'm thinking West Brom Lukaku.
Yeah.
In like,
Going
right wing.
Like the Drogba, I think
cutting inside shot.
Players making that run across the line and then out wide and taking the first touch on your chest as you're running in behind.
No, how's that not a free kick? Oh my god.
On.
That's way off it.
Judo.
Interesting looking ref we've got today.
Yeah. Okay, now.
It's an interesting
corners.
And the rest. So where's the foul here then?
Oh, there.
That's the one. Pretty obvious.
We do need more shin kickers in the team, though.
Yeah, we do.
So Ugarte does bring that.
Yeah. It sounds like a proper high school insult. That. What are these shin kickers doing here? Just like not good at football at all, but just boot people. But you do need some of that.
No,
get around the ankles, little ratters.
There he is now. Fucking bit of luck there.
Just seems a bit way off it, Casemiro at the start.
He started sluggish, hasn't he? Like Ugarte there, I know he didn't win the ball back, but he forced that pass a little bit quicker. And then the pass that came after that was actually poor, but Casemiro wasn't quite up to speed and they ended up keeping it. But we need a bit more pressure. And when watching Sporting again the other day, I'm not giving all the credit to Amarim, but the players, they've got just that energy everywhere, all the time. I think especially after the first 25 minutes where City looked a lot better than them, they just... this wasn't happening. Do you know where they're just
Not done,
fucking
do it.
sprinting through players and past midfielders?
Yeah.
Everyone's there and getting a shoulder, and it's not just sticking a leg out. But it's going to take time in it for this team to look like that,
Yeah, it's true.
Definitely.
which is annoying because you want it
Just
to
like
happen
sometimes on that kind of hold up before you, Hoyland can be a little. He's usually so much more focused on the contact with the centre half than just
immediately.
the actual football.
Well done, Mazraoui.
Yeah, he tries to get in a battle with him too much, doesn't he?
Yeah. Jim Ratcliffe before the game presented a framed shirt to Bruno Fernandes commemorating his 250th appearance for Man United. He's been a fantastic
Go on,
player.
Rashi. Go on.
Go on,
He ain't
Rashid.
gonna
Stretch
catch
your
her.
legs, son.
Not
Stretch
gonna
them.
catch her. Oh, he's quick. Oh my god.
I
don't know. Wow. Don't look at me. Don't look at me for that one.
yeah, but it's not your fault. I thought,
That was a bit.
come on.
Even Ruud's having a bit of a smirk there.
He tried to do the slow him down to go again.
yeah.
And
Not sure about
I
that
don't
one,
know
Mark.
about
Held
that
the ball
one
out, didn't he?
still.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Go again. No.
Yeah, that's the thing that Garnacho. I think Garnacho's best quality is his almost like goldfish mentality to his own form.
Yeah.
Like he'll do that 8
Look at
times,
him,
and
some
on the 9th
footballer
time he
must.
goes at it like it's the other 8 hadn't failed. And I genuinely think that's a fantastic trait
It's
to
a
have
great
as a
trait, yeah.
footballer.
Yeah.
Because players who get their head down, it's all good when you're on form and you've got confidence. But I think we've seen with Rashford, like the ups are really high, but the lows are just too low.
Too long.
Like you need players who, when they're having a bad season, they still get 13, 14, 15. Yeah.
Why have you gone back there?
Well done,
Tackle.
Casemiro.
Get up.
Bruno.
Nah,
Bruno.
shut
Oh, Bruno made a great run
The
then.
first one was more of a foul than the Casemiro one. Go on then. Bruno clips it in.
Great knock. Oh, well done.
shit.
Good ball.
Corner
Great
to
ball.
United.
Thought
Am
it
I
was
just
an
driving
Ahmad
at the back
again.
post?
Ahmad's shown though, like on a couple of times in his United career, that he's actually decent in the air for a small.
Yeah.
Scored the other day, didn't he, with that header?
Remember his AC Milan header?
Yeah.
Back
that
header.
header the other day was fantastic. Like just.
Do you reckon he meant to head it in or back across?
I think he just thought
Back
back
across.
post.
Yeah, that's on it, but
whatever
we'll take
is,
it all
back
day, won't
post. That's what. Yeah. I don't know if.
What
it
were you
was
like in your
deliberate.
Ryan?
It's all about timing, isn't it?
I feel like I
Like
can
a little
picture you
bit
being
of-
all right.
Yeah, like a bit of a touch and then
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can see he was very much a nod it into someone's path.
Yeah.
Like you're
Little
passing it with your
cushion.
headers rather
Yeah.
than.
Because
Maybe
me,
a little
I'm
clearance.
horrendous in the air.
Oh yeah.
Always have been.
Oh yeah. Well, just
Yeah.
can't get it right.
No.
Oh, he's gone down now. What's happened there? Why do you not feel comfortable?
I think I have this theory when it comes to defending. I think defending is pretty much like 60% like mentality more than actual like ability or physicality. It's just how much
You
you
wanna
want
make a
to
block,
stop your opponent
Yeah.
and just having that type of mentality. It's almost like a desire thing, like wanting to win your 1v1, wanting someone to not get the better of you. I think heading's similar. I think I just didn't have that about myself.
Leicester just fucking finding a way through
Yeah.
it. Delict's quietly having a good start to the game.
Oh, he's front foot,
Just
isn't
the
he?
ball's come
Getting
into
around
his
it.
area a few times, and almost every time we've come out with the ball,
Yeah.
one way or another. I think he's doing well. Yeah, heading's a sort of thing that people. There's no real obvious physical reason why one person would be better than another person.
It's
Just
see ball.
timing.
Yet some people just have it, don't they?
I think sometimes heading, see ball, get ball.
Yeah,
Do you know what I mean? And some people have that.
yeah.
And then obviously you combine that with
Timing and ability.
timing and ability.
Oh, unlucky.
Really difficult height for Hoyland,
Yeah.
that wasn't it? Like
Mm.
hip height.
Oh, he's got
my
done there,
God.
hasn't
Come
he?
on, come back, Ro.
Good player, Fatsu though.
Oh, square ball, trouble. Fast stick. Oh, he should have done that then, Should have just done that.
Yeah.
Whip that first one.
Rashford at the back post.
Yeah, but he didn't need to cut back. Why is he just hit an area?
What's
You know what I mean?
he moaning and sulking about? Surely
I
himself.
think I don't know.
Got to be
whether
with himself though, innit?
He's just got to put it in the area, and then them lads are not there. You point.
He delayed
Point the
twice
finger.
and now he's kicked the ball out of play. This is what I mean. That's the problem with Bruno is, when you just lose your head. So wait,
Yeah, he's
that's twice that Bruno's done a
Yeah.
mistake and then moaned about someone else about it.
I'm on Bruno's side.
He's not the one that's kicked the ball out though.
Yeah, well, I wouldn't have had to kick the ball out if you hadn't been pissing around. That's what I'd have said.
I think the throw. I think he
Your
was moaning
face-
about the throw one.
throw?
It's too too like.
He
I
throw
don't
to
fizzed
feet
in.
though.
I know.
Because that's what another thing I think.
I'm not making excuses for him. He's made 2 mistakes.
That's a
He
pet
just needs
peeve,
to
you
go
know,
with it, doesn't
Hold
he?
on,
when
you
people
got
when
Yeah.
it's a throwing and they throw to like your chest.
Yeah, like a
or
big
Yeah.
like soft one.
Just
and
wanna
it's
cushion it
closing
back,
you down
yeah.
as it lands on
Yeah.
your chest.
always throw to feet, man.
Yeah.
Details.
That's it, mate.
They're doing well, Leicester, blocking our crosses and getting feet in quickly. Good effort levels from Leicester. Like you said about defending, that block there wasn't anything technical, anything about it. Was just, I'm going to get close to him and I'm going to block
Yeah,
this.
get tight-
And that
tight
stops
as
the
you
ball
can,
going
yeah.
in the box. Like, that's the difference sometimes, is just
Hamad's getting double
how
up
much do
treatment.
you want to
He is,
stop
isn't
the
he?
cross. Yeah, we need to do a better job of helping our...
I think
wingers.
Dalot needs to start
It's a
going on
shit
the
bastard
overlaps a
from
little
Villa.
bit more though to
Yeah.
try and help that. Mate, what? Because he's getting double. You know, they're doubling up on him. They need to fire back with him.
Sliding.
I
Oh,
knew he was gonna slide, bro. Second class postage stamp.
nice.
Well done.
Oh.
Oh shit! Yeah, I knew he was getting that. Slide
Nice,
again.
Yeah. I think
Fucking hell, man.
I think he needs to start going on overlap when attacking. So ask a bit of questions.
Yeah.
Loves a slide tackle, doesn't he?
Casemiro.
Yes.
Yeah. Because
Commits-
it's easier than tracking your man 20 yards, isn't it?
Commits
10
early,
yards.
man, isn't he?
I honestly think it's just as simple as that. I just think if he goes on a shoulder-to-shoulder race with almost any player in the Premier League, he loses it. So I think he has to commit because that way it makes his mind
Like, is
up
it the
for him then.
mobility stuff?
I think it's a
Yeah,
mobility issue.
yeah.
I don't think he trusts himself to win a foot race with almost anyone in the league. So if you go down early, it's a high risk, high reward, isn't it? I either win the ball back or you
It's a
pass me.
booking, yeah.
Rather than looking
Yeah.
silly. I mean, you can still look silly,
Oh.
obviously, but
Good head. Get there. Just hook it.
Good decision.
booting.
Go on then.
This seems to
Go
be a
on then.
top-
Go on then.
Oh,
Bounce.
bounce.
Ahmad's good in the air
Yes,
as well.
you. Well done, Ahmad. Brilliant. Far post, Rashford.
He's got a bit of a leap
It's an
on him,
area.
Ahmad,
Oh,
surprisingly.
Yeah.
The one the other day
I
he did
don't
a
know,
similar
man.
thing. I knew he'd win that because he's actually
Yeah, he's got a
decent
bit of
at
a
getting
spring,
off the
doesn't he?
floor, yeah.
Yeah.
To say how small his frame is,
spring
he can
and
get
timing.
off the floor.
Love that.
But hey, what we're gonna say? Actually, rule number 1 though.
Oh, hit it.
Slap!
Yes! Get in there. That's a great goal.
Bruno Fernandes with the goal.
That's a
Ahmad
great
with
goal.
the assist.
Ahmad-
Lovely little flick as
I'm
well
gonna-
from Ahmad there.
Nice.
Shameless song. I'm gonna say Ahmad creates that with his desire.
Yeah,
Ruben intensity gets the throw in, and then with the flick as well.
brilliant.
Yeah, great
Brilliant.
finish. Little
Brilliant
whip
from
finish.
Ahmad,
Far
and,
post
and
as
a
well.
lovely finish from Rashford, from Fernandes as well. We've got
Brilliant.
a little shot of cutting to the ref checking his watch there. I don't know if they're hinting at something or whether that just was a production choice from whoever we're watching this game on. Hopefully there's no... I can't imagine there's any VAR issues with that, can you?
No, I don't think so. Not too.
It's a lovely goal this. Throw in, Bruno.
Nice
little
little flip.
1-2 with Ahmad.
Great
Looks like he's
finish,
slowing
yes.
it down and actually he's just
Whip
waiting
finish.
for Bruno to arrive, isn't he?
That's a
Look at
great
this,
finish.
Bruno,
That, you
Ahmad
know,
just
great
waiting.
flick.
There, bang.
Whip,
and then
bam, far stick.
Classic
Love
finish.
it.
The ball just bouncing as it arrives at the keeper as well, making him... Because I think it goes under his
Love
hand,
that.
the keeper.
Boom.
It's
Ah,
not.
it's
He's not
brilliant.
a million miles away, but
He's guided it past the defender though, so he sees it
What a
late.
finish.
You know, like as it whips around the
yeah, it's a
David
lovely
Luiz
finish, that
lookalike.
from Bruno Fernandes.
Yeah, it's lovely. That great goal. Great.
Fantastic.
And like Ronnie said there, you know, great desire from Ahmad to in the first phase to win the header and to get the throw, and
Yeah.
it's one of them where he's more laid back and he springs into life like that little short, sharp stuff. Great finish though.
Yeah,
Really
brilliant
good.
finish. FBF1 Sports says, lad, you're like 2 minutes behind. Sorry about that. You can see where we are on our stream in the corner there. You can see what time we're on, actually. That's a few seconds out, so we'll tweet that. But if you want to line up your stream with us, hit pause and then wait until we catch up with you. Otherwise, you know, you can just watch our reaction as it happens. But unfortunately, it's not televised in the UK, so we're here at Old Trafford. We've set an exact replica of our studio up at Old Trafford so we can watch the game legally, obviously.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's not televised on telly, so we're just here at Old Trafford. Thoughts on the goal?
I just love Ahmad Diallo. Sorry.
You're a fan, Ronnie, yeah.
He's so
like
cute
him.
as well.
Text him.
What's going on
Ask
here?
him out. See what he says. Worst case scenario, he says no.
Alright.
You know what I
Shoot
mean?
my shot, yeah.
Do it.
No joking.
Yeah, it's
But,
lovely from Ahmad, wasn't it?
What we'll say about the defender originally is, I was gonna say like rule number 1.
Don't let it bounce.
Can't let it bounce, innit?
Yeah.
That's what happens, innit?
That's
Someone's
what
gonna be
happened.
highlighting that,
Yeah.
innit?
Just meet the ball, even if you have to hook it back where it's come from. You let it bounce. Just ask a question, don't you?
Yeah.
done really well. I'm at there
Make sure
though.
you jot that down on your notepad
Yeah,
when you go
that's
to LA.
it, That's it,
You
mate.
fly in business class as well.
What?
Whoa, nice. First class.
No.
Business class, yeah.
You won't be seen dead in business, he said.
Stop, mate.
Thirsty. I've
You
never
are there
flown-
on business though, innit? I don't know.
Have you ever flown business, Ronny?
Yeah.
Have you?
To Qatar.
Oh, nice.
Steve took me with Numera, didn't he? To Qatar
yeah.
World Cup on business class, and it's unbelievable.
Is it?
It makes like a 9-hour flight feel like
Ace.
a breeze.
Because even that's not like when you see those. Welcome to Emirates Airlines, and you've got like your own room and a fucking jacuzzi and all that. That's like first class. First class. Business is more like normal, but just everything's
live
wider,
flatbreads and stuff like
decent, bigger thing, better food. Oh, I'd love to do that. Even that is enough for it to feel like an absolute breeze.
Yes, and it's mad. It makes you wonder. Like obviously that will be on most planes, but when you're in economy, you don't see it. But it's like a different place. Obviously, you had like a crazy bar in it as well. I felt like you walked into yours bar in Spinningfields.
Some places you go and like order at the bar, like it's
It had that in it.
That's mad, innit? I'd love to go that. We
it almost feels like it, but you can tell that everyone in there hasn't. Most of the people in business class haven't actually paid their own money to be in business class.
No, it's a lot of companies paying for people, isn't it?
Yeah.
Apparently, especially on long haul flights, the people sat in economy basically don't make the airline any money. They're just there to like help get up to like breaking even kind of money. The profits come from business and first class. Because when you pay 12 grand to go to LA first class, that probably actually costs the airline.
12 grand might be a bit.
Well,
it's like 5. Yeah, it is like it can be like 5 grand.
Yeah,
Isn't it?
some of them I think are 10,000 for that real like beds and all that. That's still only costing the airline maybe 600 quid for you for that time. So the business class is what keeps airlines going apparently. I'd love to try it one day.
And it is companies paying for it. I feel like a lot of people. Everyone's wearing briefcases and suits, and I pulled up in my trackie and that just looking.
What do you think they thought was the
house.
reason you were in business class? Do you think they thought you were someone famous or something?
Probably thought I was a scammer.
You've stolen
Have your sunglasses on?
Yeah,
Have your sunglasses
I
on?
thought I was a scammer, or probably an athlete. It's like when I went Turkey. I feel like everyone thought I was a footballer.
What, while you were there?
Yeah. Because the culture in Turkey is they're obsessed with football.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? If you play football and you live there, they just kind of worship you.
It's amazing how, like you said, how obsessive and like massive the Turkish football fan base is. It's the number one sport in the country. I think there's 70 million people live in Turkey. It's a really big country, and yet they've massively underachieved at international level, haven't they? Like they've never really got close to winning a tournament. They've struggled.
They've had some good players in the past as well.
They've had some great players, but you'd think they would have had a couple of generations. Like look at a Uruguay or something like that. They don't win much either, but they've got, they're turning out world class players every generation. There's a handful of Uruguayan players, and yet Turkey's lags behind a bit, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does.
I don't know why.
I didn't even. Do you know what? My history is lacking because I didn't even know there was a little bit of a beef between Greece and Turkey until.
It's a bit.
I had coffee with
Need to be careful there.
A lady from Greece. She was telling me all about it. She ran down literally the whole history of
a little beef.
Yeah.
They're two very ancient civilizations, though, aren't they?
Yeah.
So they've had a long time to generate the beef.
I think there's a lot of history between like Cyprus, Greece and Turkey. I think
massively. Yeah. Probably we're not qualified to comment on it too.
I literally no idea.
There's Wikipedia pages that will go into far more detail than we ever could. But it is. It's just like I said. There's just been thousands of years to work out a little bit of beef.
Need to be careful of these free kicks here.
Slow cooked.
Probably skewered over hot coals. If the local cuisine's anything to go by. Some of the best cuisine in the world, by the way, that part of the world. Yeah. Fucking hell. God, I'm so hungry now thinking about that. Right, free kick to Leicester. Basically, 5 yards in from the corner flag, whipped in, centre of the goal.
Oh, is that got to be careful there.
He's an odd one, isn't he? Because he was really highly rated when they were in the Premier League. Then he sort of everyone went off him. He's a bit bulky. He's a bit clunky, and he's looking quite good again. I think he's a good player indeed.
I think we've got to be careful.
He's been, by all accounts, he's been really good this season. But obviously the stars of Leicester were always like him and Vardy, and I think they've been the stalwarts. Is that how you say it?
Stalwart,
that kit there, that retro there.
That's the
Unreal,
Van Nistelrooy kit, isn't it, as well?
Class.
One of the ones he wore, that 2001, I think.
Vodafone. Nike. With a line on the back, the black line on the back.
Across the bottom.
Yeah, class.
Yeah, really good kit. I think I had that as a kid. No, I didn't. I had the next one, the white one. Same.
Oh, yeah.
Little pipe lining on the collar.
Yeah.
And the cuff. So
the Rooney one, what he cut.
Yes. Yeah, fantastic kit, that. It was really thin, though, the material on it. Do you remember it? It was really
It's
thin.
like when the Total 90s come out, wasn't it? That kit.
Yeah.
They were class, them boots.
My, not brother-in-law, but my girlfriend's brother, he bought like 4 pairs of Total 90s in like 2009 when he was at uni.
I think he exposed himself then.
What?
He's got a ring in the works.
Exclusive for the watch-along.
Because his mate worked at like All Sports or something when they were closing down, so he bought a load of them for dead cheap.
Yeah.
But seeing the original, because
Nice
they've remade them all now, haven't they? They're
Yeah.
So I was looking at a pair of the black and silver ones, the sort of Rooney era ones.
Yeah.
They're just such good boots.
Yeah.
Like they're so good. The weight on them as well. They're so much heavier than modern boots. And they're just phenomenal. Like some of
How many has he got?
Boots ever. I think he's got 2 left now.
Okay.
Trying to sell them, but they're like 250 quid now. They're so expensive.
I can imagine.
Because they're rare. But he got them for like 30, 40 quid each, which at the time was cheap. But now it's like 500 quid's worth there.
Yeah.
Go on.
Rashford.
One touch from Bruno.
Well done. Well done.
Well won back.
Man on. It's wasteful. Come on.
It's a bit stabby here. It's left channel, yeah.
Since we scored, we've not had too much of the ball, have we? We're just getting it now. Bruno.
Keep it ticking. Out the other way.
Trying to go down the same way a lot.
Should have gone. Trying to recycle it a bit more. Come out the other way.
Just come out the other way. Stretch teams.
Oh, he's tried something.
Yes. Onana just chesting it down.
Yeah, I knew he's the type where the ball comes in like that. He's going to try and chest it or control it just to kind of say, what are you trying?
Yeah, the last thing he wants is to look like he's scrambled.
He's in control.
Yeah. Chip. Bruno's basically playing left wing at the minute. Rashford's tucked inside, in behind Højlund. I'd love Højlund to have a shot once, wouldn't you? Has he had a shot since he joined United, Højlund? Can we check that?
It's a combination of...
Has he had a single shot?
It's a combination of the composition and the way the team plays in terms of... Nine doesn't get crazy service in a way, but I also...
Oh! Leicester in here.
Oh, no.
Good
Great
save, Onana.
Fuck.
Perfect position from
by
Onana there. He's right on him.
Box to box then, did he now?
I was gonna say, indeed, he's
running behind and
bursting through the lines. It's a good run.
It's
And
a great run. Dallow's
to be fair, he was onside even with the other defenders, but I don't know where Delo was going.
It's a good pass as well.
It's a
And
great ball,
really
that,
good first
Good
touch
touch.
as well, to be honest. But Onana's position is just spot on in it. Luckily for United. Go on then, win that, Rashford.
A bit tentative though with that, man. You fucking footing.
I know.
Sorry. Excuse my language.
Sorry. Like that, there you go. Good
He did
pass
a
as
good
well.
play, De Ligt.
He's a good player, De Ligt, isn't he? He is a good player. Fucking shit.
That is what you
pass
call
that.
a hospital.
We're very
Yeah, it
deep,
was.
aren't we, lads? We're very deep. That's Højlund there in that position. That's our
Yeah.
centre forward. Very deep.
Good ball.
Well done.
And again. Well done.
Played.
Yeah, good ball that from Dallo.
Out the other way.
a bit
Martinez.
joggy,
That's
innit?
it. Out wide. Go on then. Give it him.
Bit joggy.
I mean, everyone just wants to go as slowly as they can and get away with it. I feel like we need to actually,
More intensity.
just inject a bit of pace. It's all a bit,
I think it's fine when you're around here
yeah.
to be nice and calm and composed. I think when you get in the final third, you have to raise it a bit more, don't
Yeah,
you?
we've
Yeah.
not seen much of that.
I don't mind this. This is, you know what I mean? This is okay. When it goes into the final third, you have to step it up a bit.
Don't mind it, but
Yeah, keep the
get a
ball
foot
for
on
a
the ball a
minute.
little.
Yeah.
Take the sting out of it as well.
Bit central there though, fucking Delo.
Oh, yeah. And he couldn't
always
really open his body up
Yeah,
really
yeah,
because he
yeah.
had the man there.
Likes to
He
do
had
that
to go back
inverted.
into the middle.
Under Ten Hag, he's very inverted as
Yeah.
well, wasn't he?
Yeah. But I feel like in that instance, he was a bit wider. Could have helped us out a little bit more.
Just looking at the other scores. Forest are beating Newcastle. Bloody hell. Maria with the goal, Elanga with the assist, and Ipswich are beating Tottenham. Smodix with the goal.
Sam Smodix.
Ipswich are all right. It's weird. You know, they've lost all their games, but like they've played decent UL in pretty much every game they've played.
Going
You
on?
know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember thinking like that. Who was it a couple of seasons ago? One of the
Yeah, there was. I don't know what you're talking about.
It was Luton
Yeah, Luton.
last season.
Luton played well in
Yeah.
every single
Yeah.
match,
And
but
lost by
lose
like
every
a
match.
goal here or there.
Every match.
But eventually you just go down anyway because
Yeah.
you know it's better to be lucky and shit than
Yeah.
it is good and unlucky. So
I think
Hope
the
they stay
manager's
up.
gonna go, innit? I think they've not been done very well after this year, Luton. I
Go on.
think
oh
it's under a
Luton,
bit
yeah.
of pressure, innit?
Come on.
Reverse pass.
Good.
Oh,
It's not a good pass, is it? It's just 10 yards under hit.
He didn't get it under control quick enough.
Oh, that's nice.
Couple.
Who does Indeedy think he is today? Fucking, they're playing like fucking.
Yeah,
I don't even know.
Rondo.
Doing everything. Wesley Sneijder in the middle.
He's a
Channeling
player.
is in a Yaya.
Yeah, he is.
Yaya Pogs.
He is a bit of Yaya because he's
Yeah.
breaking it. And that little touch there with his like 6'3" frame as well. Fuck it. Why does this happen? Every time we play, someone decides they're going to be like a player they've never
Zidane.
been
Nah, if
before.
you do look, indeed he's playing like as a 10 almost.
Yeah,
Turn.
because he was a sort of standard number 6 when he used to play.
Oh, wow.
Good feet.
That wasn't Indeedy. Luckily, I'd have been fuming if it was.
Good covering, did it?
Back to the keeper.
Yeah, he's getting your Rex now.
I just think when I see Indeedy bursting through our back line into our box, controlling the ball, I think something's gone wrong here. He's not good enough to be doing that. I know he's decent, but come on. I don't even know what they're doing. It's like he's their furthest forward player now. What's happening? It's a stinker of a pass.
Got away with
Casemiro.
that.
Got
That done
fucking-
well
he
there.
did get away with it.
Go on, then,
Oh my
overlap,
God.
overlap.
Yes, this is what we need. A bit of fucking movement in the final.
Oh, no, it's not
shit
good.
on my
I'm not
arse.
gonna lie to you. The pass, but he got it.
He took his
He looked like he
space
saw
up,
it coming and then just ran away from the ball.
That's allowed. I do that all the time. For God's sake. It's alright. Keep the ball. How many goals can Chris Wood possibly score this season?
How
He
many-
scored again?
how
No, he
many's
hasn't scored again. But he's got like 8 goals, I think, already. Let's have a look. Yeah, Chris Wood, 8 goals. Haaland on 12. Salah on 8. And Mbeumo on 8. Wisser on 7 as well. Wisser and Mbeumo have got more goals than United. Cunha with 5. Jimenez with 4. It's mad, isn't it? Some of these players who like sneak up.
It's too easy again, that.
Like Wisser's only a goal behind Salah this season.
Good player, him.
He is a good player, but you just think like United never have a player in that mix ever anymore, do we?
Yeah.
The first United player on this list isn't on the list. I think it's Garnacho with 2. So bad, isn't it? That's so bad, that. Even
Okay, now look at that, did
No, he
he?
loves
Back
it.
heels and
I'm
that.
not
Loves
watching
it today,
anymore.
doesn't he? Wow, Bruno. Risky, that.
Bruno's been very, very sloppy, bro. He scored the goal, but
Well, even Isaac, who started off absolutely shocking, has got 3 goals in his last 3 games, hasn't he?
he started off shocking. I feel like he's been barely fit in it.
No, he played the first 4 or 5. He's played 8 games this season out of 11. So he's
I've not watched the game, so I don't know how he's actually
He
played.
wasn't. Yeah, I weirdly I watched 3 or 4 of Newcastle's first 5 games, and even though I think they got 9 points or 7 points from the first 4 games, they were shit. They didn't deserve a point in any of them.
Were they not like...
I don't know. I'm at.
They're almost like not allowed to sign anyone in this summer, was it?
Pretty much. Although
Isn't that changing now because of what City won?
We'll have to see. Yeah, about the sponsorships and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll have to see what the actual like ramifications are. But they did have that little mini win against the FA, didn't they? Or the Premier League? I don't remember who it was. I think it was maybe the Premier League. Still 1-0 in both those other games. Forest beating Newcastle 1-0, and Tottenham losing to Ipswich 1-0 as well. I think actually, they're on the bottom bar. Yeah. Can we just have today's live games on there? Is that okay? Yeah. Thank you. Just so it's a bit more
Nice.
coherent. Thanks.
Man,
Obviously not United.
Hold on. Out the other way now. That's good play.
I think you just need to pick the moments to accelerate a little bit, because Leicester have carried a bit of a threat still when they've actually had time to.
There's been a lot of passes in this.
That's poor. It's poor.
Today. There's been a lot of passes this game that have just been under hit, haven't they?
Yeah.
Like they've not watered the pitch as much as the players were expecting, or like.
See, look, this is sharp play from Leicester. I've not seen enough.
Oh, free kick. He'll give it.
I don't think.
Oh, he's not give it.
That looked like a foul. You know, I'm not gonna lie.
What Mazraoui?
Yeah. Yeah, it's a bit slow and laboured again, man. Come on, man. Fucking pick up the tempo. Too many touches. Ball moves faster than you. See, that could have went 2 seconds earlier to Rashford.
Foul.
Not going to give it.
It's not strong enough. Not going to lie. I'm not going to be honest. I'm going to be honest.
In them situations, I think you said it before, Ronnie, he needs to do a lot better with his back to goal, Hoyland, at times. Very flimsy in it. He needs to try and hold it up a little bit and bring people in. I think Leicester's press from the front's been quite good, to be fair. Like they're getting tight to like the full backs and Indeed again. Well done. Good defending.
Ahmad just coming out, find a pass.
What's going on here?
Not quite there.
Bruno.
Them square balls are dangerous.
Square ball. It's not a great.
Well done, you guys.
Well done,
amazing pass.
Go on.
You saw the big touch there.
Needs to let it go now.
Well on.
Not a great pass, but I'm not gonna lie to you. Bruno looked like he was in cement then.
Yeah.
Especially when you need to be look.
Well done. Keep the ball.
Well done. You just want to see it move it a bit quicker so you don't get into them little duels.
Good
Great ball. Go on, get. I didn't see him then. I didn't see him.
Under here.
Get up. Well done.
Yeah, Bruno's got the goal, but
good
few
finish.
sloppy touches. I just think though, if we can just stop them making chances, Leicester, we're not going to just be great all of a sudden. So let's not expect perfect performance here. But I do think we've limited Leicester's chances to that one Ndidi chance, was it? Wasn't it? Not that we've had anything even as good as that, but we're in the lead, so they're the ones who have to kind of do a bit now. Just need to be a little bit sharper on the pass, I think.
No, definitely. I think, defensively as well, just be careful of, they're quite lively, in terms of like that intensity when you're raising it in the final third. You have to be careful of that.
Rashford. Back to Mazraoui. Back to Rashford.
Well done. Good lad.
As is that. Who's that for, mate? Honestly, what's that?
Should have turned out there, shouldn't he, rather than playing the left leg one.
Because Casemiro loves that first time clip to the back post, doesn't he? But there was literally no one in the box and he's playing it with his weak foot. Annoying that. Win that. Well done. Well done. When you force them into those like semi-risky balls, like long balls, you've got to win them back there, and we've done well there. Did you watch Leicester versus Tottenham at the start of the season, first game? Leicester were one of the worst teams I've ever seen in the first half. Completely
they look bad.
Horrendous.
Good.
Yeah. And then second half, they should have beat Tottenham easy. So
go on then.
Go on, that's got to be.
Yes!
Bruno,
get in there.
There you go. It's not the best game, but it's 2-0.
Absolutely needed that.
Great ball.
Great cross.
Great ball.
Is that Mazraoui?
Got Mazraoui with the cross.
Got Maz on fantasy.
Great ball, that.
Good on you. Just desserts.
Where does that come off? Is that he doesn't head that, does he?
I don't know. I
have to see that again.
Great
ball though.
Barge.
Great play as well from Agate as well.
Yeah.
Nice. Rashford broke the line with a pass. Great into Agate out wide. Great ball.
Nice pass. Yeah.
Yeah. Good little play that.
And Mazraoui. It's a brilliant
ball.
That's hit his knee.
Is it?
Oh, his thigh. That's why he was pointing at his thigh.
Is that going to be on goal or is Bruno going to get it?
No, it's his thigh, doesn't it? Oh, it's on goal.
Goal ski. It might just be an own goal, this. Yeah, it's an own goal.
Yeah.
I don't even think that was going in.
I'm not going to get my assist.
I think that's a load of shit, that. I think she still get an assist.
Yeah.
Although if anyone gets it, it's Bruno, innit, because he touched it. Not that there is one, but Bruno got the touch and it hit the defender there. I don't care at all.
Love it. 2-0 up.
2-0.
Well done.
Yeah.
Look at that.
That's what happens when that nice little bit of play there and then Paddock getting the ball in the box at the right times,
It was a lovely
timing.
ball as well, wasn't it?
Yeah,
Just
great ball.
bouncing on the sort of
Great
6-yard
area.
line.
Yeah.
Keep cutting to this ref like we're expecting a little VAR decision. I'm glad that they haven't, but I don't like the narrative that the cameraman's building isn't in line with what's actually happening. Is Steve Cooper annoyed at something there? What is the shot? Christiansen there. Got that proper Scandinavian hair there, hasn't he? Don't know, it's just like
Norwegian.
broken into really
Swedish.
fine strands. Classic.
Good ball, that.
Go on then, win that. Good effort.
Go on, keep him.
there.
Shit in it there, wasn't he?
I feel like he's booting us.
Good.
That's
That's
good,
good.
that. Come on.
Good shape.
Get out wide then. So far, Bruno's been given the goal. I don't see that lasting, to be honest.
He's not going to keep that.
No.
Well done.
I think that'll get overturned. It has to. It wasn't going in at all, was it? It's definitely the defender there. But hopefully it is Bruno. Get it on his record. He's been back in it, and he had goals and assists last few games, Bruno.
Yep.
This one,
It's
everyone
good to
thought
see.
he was done. Most transferred in player as well this week on fantasy. Yeah, that's more like the Indeed
More
I
like
know.
What, just hitting him?
Just hitting him. He's going out for a
Really?
throw-in.
But good player, isn't he?
I'm not having it. I've now turned against him because he had a good 25 minutes.
No, he said, indeed, you know. I thought he was rated.
Oh,
That's-
Cass,
ooh,
that's
yeah.
very
He
good.
was rated and then he stopped being rated, and now he's rated again.
Thought he overrun that.
And again,
Oh,
I
that's
thought Ahmad was
half a
going for
yard
his
there.
little Pauk special there.
Got to
Get
taste
that,
for it,
Rashford.
Well done.
Well done. And
I
again,
thought he was going for a little bender.
Sven Bender. Who was better, Sven or Lars, of the two Bender twins? 2-0 Ipswich. Go on,
Go on.
son!
Go on, McKenna.
Delap with a goal.
Touch,
That'd be
Bruno.
great, that. Tottenham losing to Ipswich. Up
Good
the
play.
McKennas. Get that. That's all
Go
right.
on, give it, Rash.
That's good, that.
Crosses.
United currently 1 point behind Tottenham as it stands. Although
still
we
in.
haven't been awarded any points for this game and they haven't either. So
Who scored for Ipswich?
Delap and Smodix.
Good player, Delap.
Yeah, he is. He's from City, isn't he?
20 million, no. It weren't like a...
No, yeah. It wasn't like they just
weren't like a...
a freebie.
Yeah. And he's actually not that young either. I think he's almost 20, like 22. He's not like a 19-year-old academy.
Yeah,
Second
well,
balls
good
there.
decision there.
Yeah.
Because Delict almost went for that,
It's
didn't
quick
he?
Justin.
Go on. Yes,
Well done,
fuck
you
off!
two. Very good.
You're not getting past them two there, are you?
Got a goal kick as well.
Have we? We've had a
lad.
little bit of...
It's good, that.
Not
Great
fortune, but
defending.
at times it's gone our way, hasn't it? Those ones. Yeah, Mazraoui and Martinez, one of them's getting to you, aren't they?
Don't know. That was a goal.
Dunno,
Goal
it's
kick
I
off.
couldn't really see it from that angle, but it
Take
looked
it
like it had to have hit Martinez, didn't it? Oh, God, I'd love Ipswich to beat Tottenham. It's at Tottenham Hotspur Stadium as well, that.
Is it?
Yeah.
Good result if it
Yeah.
stays that way.
I just feel like Ange will be gone end of the season and they'll get Thomas Frank.
Yeah, I could see that. If I'm Thomas Frank, I wouldn't take that job. I'd wait and I'd try and get Chelsea or United or...
Nah, I think Thomas Frank
No.
suits his next step suits like a Newcastle or a Spurs.
But what does he have to do at Spurs to get the step up from that job? To win a trophy, innit? Or finish
that
third.
might be him though. That might be his pinnacle, might it?
But if I'm him, I want the biggest possible job. Because I think he's of a level where he probably thinks he's good enough to manage a top side. A real top side, because he's a very good manager. I think Tottenham's a bit of a graveyard for managers. Like United is, to be honest. But, yeah. Ange...
Has it felt like
a bit.
has it felt like a 2-0 game?
Not really,
No.
but I think United have put their chances away again. The thing that
Yeah.
we've not done. And Leicester has put one of our chances away as well, which has helped us out. Ugarte just getting stuck in.
Gets about it, doesn't he? I like
Yeah,
that.
He does well there with that one.
Shinkika. Yeah.
But he's the sort of player I think it's good to have players like that in there. At least one. There's someone who's just not fun to play against because he's standing on your toes and he's sticking his elbow in your back and all that. We've got too many players that are quite nice to play against.
Yeah, I think there's
He's hitting you loose.
Yeah, I think in that position though, you need to be able to play as well. You need to be able to do both.
Yeah.
You know, you can have that sort of bite and that little rat, but you need to be able to play in calm and composed when you're on the ball. He doesn't look too bad on the ball, to be fair.
Yeah.
He's a bit wasteful at times, isn't he? But looks okay.
Yeah. He did a nice little pass out to Rashford.
Yeah.
Not particularly difficult, but shows that he's got a little bit of vision to him.
It's an own goal now.
Yeah.
That goal.
It has to be an own goal.
Yeah,
as much
get
as
up,
I'd like
Bill it.
Bruno to get
Well
an
done,
extra
Cass.
one.
It's obvious. We
Go
win
on
that.
then, Ahmad.
He loves it, doesn't he? He's got a right spring on him, hasn't he?
He's
He's hurt his ankle there,
decent.
though. Oh, he's up.
Again, there, Rasmus just fighting the man.
Who's better in the air, Ahmad or Hoyland?
Well, that's not. Why is that a foul? Probably Ahmad.
It's mad though. He's like 6'3" and he's quite well built as well.
Hoyland. Yeah. Yeah. This is a good tackle, isn't it? That's just a good tackle. That. He literally slides in and rolls his foot over the ball and pops it away to.
It's been a good little duel that between them two.
I think he's unlucky there, Dallo.
Just got to defend this.
Yeah. Yeah. 2-1 is.
Yeah, it can't
very
be
different,
conceded
innit?
in there, can you? Right before half time.
Yeah. Free kick to Leicester. Probably 25 yards out, but 10 yards in from the touchline on the left hand side, or our right hand side. One of them where the ref's blown the whistle before the free kick's been taken. Vestergaard, is it?
All 6 foot.
17.
97 of him.
Yeah. Yeah, free kick to them. Just handle this.
Yeah, just defend
Get
this
in at
properly. Yeah.
half-time. That's
Away.
stupid, wasn't it?
It's a poor
Well
ball.
done. Well done, Bruno.
Kind of shook.
Get up
Go
there.
on again.
Yes, well done, you.
There. He's gonna slide.
No.
Well done.
Hoyland pumping those knees up there, wasn't he? Proper
Good.
textbook sprinting that from Hoyland, wasn't it?
Go on then.
Drive, leg
Go on
drive.
then.
What?
1v1.
Can you beat him?
Give it him. Oh, you've done very well.
Ahmad! Oh, fucking hell, that was brilliant.
Yeah, you done very well there.
Oh, shit.
Keeper
If that's
went the other way
anywhere
as well.
Except straight down the middle, he scored there.
It's his leg, doesn't it?
Because
No, man,
the
he-
keeper thinks he's pulling it and he doesn't.
Yeah,
Got his
little
Lionel
reverse
Messi
it.
dribble on. Yeah.
It's just straight at him, innit?
yeah, isn't
Straight
it?
at him.
Great play though.
Yeah, fantastic.
Get off.
Yeah.
But
I like that as well. He's not looking
he's
to
gone
get
with the
fouled,
legs
he's
as
looking
well.
to have a shot. Is it half time?
Should have found.
yeah,
Half time then.
half
Manchester
time.
United 2.
Great play that.
Leicester City 0. Brilliant by Ahmad at the end. Bruno Fernandes with a goal and a sort of forced them into scoring an own goal kind of thing, whatever you want to call it. I don't feel like we've gone in 2-0 up many games this season, Ronnie. Thoughts on that
No,
first
we
half?
haven't. It's not been a pretty half, but it's been okay. I think Leicester have carried a little bit of a threat on occasion, which you would expect. It is the Premier League. I think there's still levels and tempo raises to go to, but 2-0, I'm happy with that. But we've got to make sure that we get the next goal, I think, because I think 2-0 can sometimes be a dangerous lead, especially with our team. We know never to get too excited, but I'm happy with 2-0, and there's been some decent performances. I think Ugarte has been actually really good today.
Yeah.
So I'll give him a special shout out.
Yeah, he has been good. Just looking at some of the stats for the game, Ryan, before we get to you. 58% possession for United. In terms of chances made, neither team have made a load of them. We've had 9 shots, 2 on target. They've had 5 shots, 4 on target. So they've had more shots on target. But I think other than that Ndidi chance, United have had the better of the chances that Ahmad won at the end. Even the Bruno one, I don't know, that wouldn't, our second goal wouldn't be a shot on target. And then, I don't even know whether it would count as a shot. So we've scored from that, which doesn't really go on the stats really. So it kind of maybe slightly is misleading in terms of what United have actually created. Big chances, 1 each. But United being more clinical, 0.75 expected goals for both teams as well. But United have done what we've not done really all season, which is, almost outscore the chances that we've made. That's been good to see, hasn't it?
Yeah, but as I think, like Ronny said, I think there is gears that they can go up in the final third.
Yeah.
Do believe in that. I think Leicester have shown some good signs of doing that as well. They look a little bit dangerous in them zones. Attacking players coming to life a little bit. I like to see that a little bit more from us. But yeah, comfortable. Don't mind them, keeping the ball at the back. But when it goes into them final third areas, I like to see that a little bit of step up, go through the gears a little bit. But 2-0, you go in, clean sheet, 2-0 up, come out the second half. You've got to be switched on first 10 minutes and then manage the game.
Yeah. There's a few comments about Højlund in the chat. People talking about him a lot. He's not good enough. We're not playing well when he's playing. Other people obviously defending him and saying that he's not getting the delivery. We spoke about it a bit during that first half, Ronny. Where do you put that line? Because obviously it's not just no one's passing to him, but it's not just he's not doing the right thing.
I think
either.
the whole he's not getting service, he's not getting delivery thing has become a very, very lazy analysis, and it's become a very lazy rhetoric, in my opinion. I do think his movement and anticipation sometimes isn't great, so it doesn't help. Two things can be true. Maybe he can get the ball a little bit earlier, but I also think sometimes maybe could his movement be better? Can he put himself in better positions?
Yeah.
And service or whatever doesn't excuse the fact that when he actually does get the ball played into him, he's not that secure. I think his hold-up is very erratic. It's quite inconsistent. I think he gets bullied off the ball a little bit too much for someone that's such a big lad as well. So you can always say, just keep that repeated excuse that he's not getting service, blah 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 blah. But when the ball is played into him, he can at least do a little bit better than he does sometimes. And that's where I stand in that. And I also think like his in the box movement isn't amazing, but that could obviously come because he's still young. Because we talk about how young Garnacho is and how young Ahmad is. Ahmad's older than Højlund, and I think Garnacho is probably around the same age as Højlund, or maybe about a year less. He's still a young lad, so you don't want to give up on him yet, and he's obviously got the tools.
Garnacho's about 6 months younger than Højlund. Yeah,
so
exactly. It's very similar age.
Very similar age. So
yeah, it is interesting. He almost looked at as an older player. He's only in his second season at United as well.
Yeah,
and both seasons have been tumultuous to say the least. And I know he's
fitness
part of the squad,
as well,
so some of that will be on him. But I do think that he's been playing in sides that haven't been very good, and I feel a little bit sorry for him. But at the same time, like you said, Ronaldo, he needs to do more to find that space himself. There's different types of strikers, isn't there? There's the sort of striker that tucks in, wants to get on the ball all the time, is popping it off to the attackers and flipping it around the corner to the wingers, and you'll see him make 25, 30 passes a game. There's the other striker, which is they want the ball in behind, they want the ball to feet as they're running toward the goal, and he's more of that style. But to do that, you're going to have less passes, less touches, less shots, or maybe not less shots, certainly less of the rest, but you have to do more with it when you get it. It's not easy to be that kind of player.
Take out the movement part of it that I said, take out the service element of it, just he can at least be better when the ball's played into him and link up play and stuff.
I agree with that.
With link up.
I think when it comes into him back to goal, I feel like we highlighted it in the first half. I think he's more bothered about where the man is to have a little bit of a battle with him rather than securing, get your backside in, secure the ball. I feel like he's a bit wasteful in them situations. Yeah. But like he's not really, like Ronny said about the movement stuff. He prides himself on, like you said, Joe, like movement, running onto the ball, finishes. He's not really seeing that. That's dictated by obviously movement as well as getting the ball into the 10. So then he can start sliding things in. A lot of our players coming from out wide and with Ahmad and stuff like that. So yeah.
Absolutely. In the comments, Sam Z says, can Nottingham Forest do a Leicester 2016? No. No one can, to be honest. When's the next time we're going to see that? Statistically speaking, we've got about 70 years until another of them. The reason I don't think they can is I don't think there's any reason to think Chris Wood can consistently score at this level for a full season.
Do you think it helps when
extra players that they had with the Mahrezes and the Kantés to kind of fill in?
Yeah, it's true. But do you help with teams like that when they are playing just one game a week. I think that's the one thing that they have.
It definitely helps,
that benefits them. But I doubt they'll actually obviously win the league. But I'm being hopeful.
I mean,
I'd
honestly,
rather they win
love it if they did, because we aren't going to, and it means that Liverpool didn't, and City didn't, and Arsenal didn't. I mean, I'll fucking cheer Forest to win the league if they're doing it this season. But it's just not happening, is it?
I think on the Chris Wood one there, I agree with you, Joe. But confidence is a fine thing. Once you're riding that wave and you're scoring goals, and also you're getting the chances, you feel like you can consistently score goals. So, fair play to him. He's having a season of his life, isn't he?
He is. He's doing amazingly well. And looking at his numbers in the Premier League, he's never scored more than 14. He's had seasons of 2 and 2 and 3. He's had a 12 and a 14 as well. He got 14 last season, which again, in the Premier League is a decent return. It's not often that United players are getting that. So I'm not going to turn my nose up at it. But he's got 8 in 10 already. What?
You're referring to now?
Rashford got 17 2 years ago.
Yeah.
But that's what I mean. It doesn't happen very often, does it? So, United could do with a 14-goal season in the league striker. I'm not trying to diss Chris Wood, but it would be amazing if he could carry a side.
I get what you're saying.
I mean, to be fair, if I'm a Forest fan, I'm thinking European football of some description. That would be the ultimate goal here. The idea that they're going to push on and challenge, I think, would be... You're going to feel a little bit upset if that's your target, but if they can keep winning games against teams around them, they'll finish in one of those top spots. Fair play to them. In the other games as well, Tottenham losing 2-0 to Ipswich at home, which is a stinking
how do you think it'll end?
Result. I think they'll probably get a draw.
I think it'll be 2-2. I just see it like 2-2's incoming,
because they are capable of. It annoys me to say, but
goals.
they can. But if you look at the numbers in that game, Tottenham dominating possession with 67% over Ipswich, but it's 6 shots each and 3 shots on target to Tottenham's 2. So yes, Tottenham dominating the game.
Yeah, exactly.
But they're struggling to get in Ipswich's box, and Ipswich are finding a way to be dangerous, which, that's really all you can ask. Back to this game then. 2-0 up, Ronnie. What do United have to do now to stop this being 3-3 at Porto, or of these games where we let them back in?
I think we need to control their wide players a bit better on the transition. I think Buonanotte and is it Fatawi or Fatwu on the other side of it, they've looked quite sharp. I think Delos's been quite poor today. He looks like he's struggling a bit with his positioning. He looks a bit rushed on the ball, but also I feel like Fatawi is getting the better of him. Jordan, they've got players going forward that can cause a problem.
Yeah,
I think we just need to raise the tempo a little bit and be a little bit less slack when we try and play the ball through the middle when they're sat in that mid block as well, and we can get some joy. It depends how brave Leicester are now in thinking if they're going to come out and at least try and get back into the game.
Yeah, absolutely. There's 4,500 people watching. Let's get to 1,000 likes, please. If you're watching, please hit the like button. We've got 857. If you're just watching, just click that like button. It helps us out. Thank you. Would you make any subs? Would you make any changes, Ryan? Keep it as it is for now?
No, I would keep it. As it is.
Keep it as it is for now. I agree.
First 10 minutes vital. 10-15 minutes vital. Come out positive on the front foot, and then round about the 60-65 minutes, if changes need to be made, tactical, whether it's personnel, then you make them. I think keep it for now though. They're 2-0 up at the end of the day. 2-0 up. You got to come out first 10 minutes, and it'd be interesting to see the way they approach it as well. Whether they come out and they have a right good go, or do they, sit back, sit in the game, stay in the game till the last 20 minutes, and then they might make some tactical substitutions as well.
Have to wait and see. Kenshi in the comments says, "Where's Howson? You can't put Ahmad in the starting 11. His agenda against Ahmad is crazy." After the United's last game, he literally said that Ahmad's our best winger. So I don't think he's got an agenda against Ahmad particularly. He really likes him. Dan Burgess said they're going to come out quick in the second half, I reckon. Hopefully, United have got up a little plan if they do, because we've not really looked at full speed today, have we, Ronnie?
Yeah.
It's not been a control it, tear them apart 2-0. It's been a bit of a make the most of your chances 2-0.
Yeah, it has, because I can't think of any crazy openings that we've had.
Yeah.
I think we've had little spurts of play, and we've just been what we haven't been for a long time, which is score with the very few opportunities that we have got. Things always end up reverting back to the mean, don't they?
Yeah.
So who knows, we can go out and get 3 chances in the second half and score 2 and run out 4-0 winners. I'd hopefully like that.
Be nice,
I feel like we very rarely get comfortable afternoons, so I'm hoping that this is one, and then we get international break, Ruben comes in, and we're in a better position in the league table where we can at least try and make a little bit of a run.
Absolutely. Sorry, that threw me off so much there, that Christensen with the red ball next to it. I couldn't work out what was going on. That's the little own goal icon that I don't know if we've ever seen on the WatchAlong before, but there you go. Makes sense. I didn't know what was going on. I thought, has he been sent off? Has he scored? Yeah, they hadn't scored. Just looking at the sort of the league table as it stands, because we were talking before about how tight everything is. Let me just get that up. United, obviously, if it stays as it is,
4 points, is it?
I think so.
4 points off fourth, is it?
Yes, it will be. 1 second, there we go. As it stands, United
Is that with a game
will
in
be
hand?
up to 15 points, which will put us ahead of, behind. Actually, annoyingly, because of our goal difference, we'll stay in 13th, but we'll be only 4 points behind 4th, which is...
Have we got a game in hand or not?
No, we have at the minute, but not once we've played that.
Yeah.
As it stands, United going up to 4 points behind 4th, but we're not actually going up in the Premier League. Newcastle losing in their game as well, as we mentioned before, to Nottingham Forest. Bournemouth played yesterday, Brentford played yesterday, Tottenham losing as well. These are the teams above us as we go up the league. Villa lost yesterday. Fulham, did they win? They won, didn't they, yesterday? And then Arsenal as well, still to play this weekend against Chelsea, who are the next two above that. And then you're in the top 4. So
do you want to win that?
a draw.
Draw.
Yeah, give me a draw. Because that, then United are closer to both of them, aren't they? But
you got your eyes set on Arsenal, do you?
well, I've just got my eyes set on everyone above us. I just want the gap to anyone to be as small as possible. I think United, I'm not saying if we don't do it, I'll be pissed off with Amorim. If I'm Ruben Amorim, I'm not saying it publicly, I want top 4. I'm coming in here thinking I can get these lads to top 4. And the more teams above us that drop points, the better. I think Arsenal haven't been at it this season. I think if they get one short, medium-term injury to either Saliba, Gabriel or Saka, I could see them really unravelling this season. And everyone else who's between us and them are patchy at best. So, personally, I'm thinking top 4's still an option here. And if, Amorim comes in and instills his style of play and we look better but we don't get top 4, I'm not going to ask for his head up by any means, but I do think that secretly I'd be thinking, 4 points off top 4 with 20 games to go. It's not bad, is it, really? Go on.
Second half then, I was on for 3-1. Do you think... I said Bruno was one of my scorers.
Yeah.
The OG kind of messes up my betting slip though, doesn't it?
Yeah, no one's predicting that, are they? But you got Bruno. He did get the other goal. Producer Ben said there'd be a goal.
He wrote it down after it went in.
Yeah. He wrote it down and then took a picture of today's newspaper with it.
Oh, okay.
Resonating Silence says, what an effing relief this is after months of despair. Let's not talk too soon, but it is nice to have a couple of goal lead for once. Fergal McClements says, you think Højlund is rusty? Bruno scored the header being where Højlund should have been. Højlund was 4 yards back. Maybe. I don't know. I don't think
he has been quite
Højlund
deep
for
though.
being out of position there. I think it was just a great run.
Yeah, I think at times during the game,
Bruno.
obviously I highlighted before about him being on the sort of left wing position, but maybe obviously the transitioning play had to be out there and then spin and get back in there. But yeah, in that situation, I don't think he should be there, to be honest.
Cyrus says, why is Garnacho getting chances but Rashford is invisible? Thoughts on Rashford? There's been a lot of comments about him. We've not really spoken about him at half time as we're about to kick off here for the second half. A little bit of a quiet one, although he's I think he's made more passes than any of our other forwards. Made more than Ahmad, double the amount of passes Ahmad has, and triple the amount of passes that Højlund has. So he's getting involved in the game. He's just maybe not affecting it as positively as you'd like.
Jesus
or
Christ!
Do you think there's a bit of a perception about how he's playing? What's going on there? Because everyone's saying he's been absolutely invisible, and yet he's had more touches than anyone else.
He's not been great, Rashford, and also I feel like he's coming too deep trying to play make when it's not his game. And that's the thing that you can't criticise Garnacho for. You can criticise him for sometimes his execution, his actions, but he's just got this knack for getting in goal-scoring areas and goal-scoring positions. And he's got like a directness to him. He's almost like, you said, he's unflappable. Like, things go wrong, he still goes at it. He's it's not coincidence that he gets so many shots and chances. By the way, Garnacho.
No.
It's just about him improving his decision making and getting a little bit cleaner technically. But then Rashford's come in today instead of him because Garnacho's had a little bit of a couple of poor games.
Yeah.
But then Rashford's not really taking his opportunity today.
Do you like that?
Yeah.
As a kind of, not a threat, but almost like a rotating, whoever's playing best out of the forwards plays, or or are you more, Ryan, of the thinking of you have your best three, and then unless they're playing really badly, you sort of stick to that in the main for the main part.
I think I praised Ruud at the start of the game for obviously Ahmad's come in during the week and he's had a great game, scored 2 goals. He deserves his opportunity. So I feel like, if you've got the shirt, you've got to, do something or, have a good game or do stuff for the team that keeps you there.
Yeah.
And keeps, obviously you've got to be beneficial towards the team to play. Yeah. And I feel like Ahmad's done that during the week and he's been given his reward by starting. So I am a big fan of that, to be honest. I like that because it gives the lads who are not playing to come on as a bit of an incentive to come on and stamp their authority on the game and try and get in the team. Thinking any teams that's healthy competition. Regarding Marcus today, I feel like we've seen on the opposite side Ahmad, who's very exciting. He's going 1v1. He's getting at people. He's coming inside. I feel like Marcus, every bit of play that Marcus has had, he's not really been going 1v1.
He's absolutely demolished Delo today, by the way.
He's not been going 1v1. He's just been coming inside and he's played a few nice passes to Ireland and stuff like that. But everything's inverted rather than 1v1. So I think on the eye, it looks like he's not going for it and stuff like that, which I accept.
What do you think, Ronny? Are you play your best players or are you play who's
mid-tweet,
in form?
as you probably know?
Yeah, somewhere in the middle.
I'm in the middle, I reckon. I think most things are when it comes to football, though. It's never like black or white. It's always somewhere on the spectrum. But I think I'm in the middle of it. But it just speaks of the form of our wingers and forwards that we feels like we almost have to chop and change them. But it's not based on good form. It's based on who's playing the least bad occasionally or who's.
Yeah. I mean, because
so
you look at the raw output, which I know isn't everything. But like we said, I think Garnacho's our top scorer in the Premier League with 2.
That's not good.
I think it depends. I get. If you play certain teams, I think personnel would suit, and tactically, I think you should rotate your squad depending on who you're playing. But for example, if Ahmad doesn't play today after doing what he done midweek, I'm sure the fans and ourselves would be talking about it because
that wouldn't have been right, either, would it?
And I think lads should be rewarded for coming in and doing what they should be doing or having an input on the game.
You've got to feel like there's a little bit of a meritocracy in a team, I think. In any team, whether it be football or just in life, you want to feel like good things you do are noticed and rewarded, because otherwise you run out of motivation eventually, don't you? That's a good one. That's a lovely touch, and that's
heavy. Great from Highland.
Come on, man. That's easy, that. 2 people do really good work there. It was Ugarte and Hoyland, and then it's just wasted. Keep the ball now.
I don't know, Mad.
Go on, find him.
He's made a great run there as well, to be fair to him.
Bit slow.
Very good.
Nice.
Again, brilliant.
And again, bit slow again. Just ping it. Come on.
Get at it. So this is a moment now. Get at him.
Yeah. Cut inside. Have a shot, Rashford. Go on.
Nice.
He lost it again.
Yeah, it's not good.
That looked so tempting.
60th minute.
When you've lost.
Might be.
Well done, Delic. Just fighting through the ball there. Dello.
Pass the ball wide. Fucking hell.
It's just basics, that Ronny, innit? Get it, give it. Especially as a centre midfielder. That's not his game, that.
Quite a few times he's done that. He did it last game as well. He looks like he looks at Ahmad in space and just wants to either force it the other way.
Do you ever have that when you're playing? Like an unconscious...
Yeah, some players do have it. It's weird. Do you know what I mean?
Like hesitation sometimes.
Yeah, because someone come up with, I don't know whose story it was. Look, so take that for what you want to do it. That came up in the... Didn't he write a piece in the summer saying he's heard that sometimes a bit of the lack of service that Hoyland's got is players not really trusting him with the ball.
I mean...
And almost not like rate. You know,
compare
not
that
rating
to
him, not rating him. Yeah.
I get
the
that.
exact opposite. And there is definitely an element of that, of the sort of politics of I think I've got a better chance of scoring than you anyway, so why would I pass to you?
Yeah, but I think in that moment there, if you're talking about that Casemiro moment, it makes him look good if he gets it, gives it, because he's moving the ball on quick, he's not getting caught.
Yeah,
so,
I agree.
you know, for your job, like, that's what you should be doing.
I want to see Ahmad play with Mainu.
Yeah.
I think.
We forget we're missing Mainu out of this team as well,
They
don't
suit
we?
each other. When's Mainu back, by the way?
I don't actually know. I don't know yet. Producer Ben can have a look for us there. Hopefully after the international break, but I've not seen that. I've not seen him out on the pitch or any of that stuff.
Hamstring, innit, sometimes.
It can be 3 months, can't it, if it's a bad one. It's a
it's
little
lovely
flick from
again.
Ahmad as well.
He had no reason to slide.
No.
Just
run and put your foot on it.
Bro, you know, man. Just bozo, didn't he?
Yeah. It's a possible return date of after the international break, but I think it's up in the air. Garnacho and Johnny Evans about to come on. Shocking pass that. Fucking hell.
I think Marcus might be in trouble there. I think he's
he'll
coming off.
come off.
It's usually Ahmad that is targeted, though.
It is.
Who? Marcus. No, I just think.
Good tackle.
You know, if you're looking at the game and the involvement of game, Ahmad's
nice. Done by the backspin there, Mazraoui. Good turn though, recovered well there. Go on, Marcus. Get the ball in.
Down the line.
Casemiro's in the box. Find him. That's all right.
Good.
That's not.
Oh, he's got to do better with that first touch.
Weird, didn't he?
Okay.
Yeah, Bruno there just waiting a little bit too long, wasn't he there? Newcastle have equalised. Who scored? It's going to be Isaac, innit? Because he's in form. Yeah, Isaac scored for Newcastle. He's good, Isaac. When he's shit, he's not. He's off it.
He's good, Isaac.
When
he's shit.
He's good when he's good. He's shit when he's shit.
But he's good enough that when he's doing well, he can score every game.
Isaac's a fucking baller.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, he's a baller.
Yeah.
So someone did say this, and I agree with it. Like, form actually doesn't matter for really good players.
No.
So I mean, sometimes it's just. It's always there.
Oh, that's not.
That actually ended up being like a mad skill. That worked.
Oh, they've done well there. He's done very well.
He shouldn't have been able to do that. It starts off with a shit back heel that goes wrong.
He got away with it.
And he's ended up going past two of our players and getting fouled within shooting distance.
Casemiro, too easy, innit?
He just loves stepping in, Casemiro, doesn't he? Like Fred used to do it all the time. Every time he runs up to someone, he steps in. He never just like jockeys him and goes with him and like tries to go shoulder to shoulder and win it. He just runs up, steps in. Sorry, I know you're Fred's mate, so
no, we got to be careful what you say, mate.
Yeah, I'll say it.
I'm surprised people are not giving it me already in the comments about. Oh, he's not saying what he's saying about Rashford. I'm being honest.
No,
I think he might be in trouble. I think it'll be for Ahmad if you take him off with the way he's playing.
One thing is, Ahmad played 90. Did he play 90 the other day?
Yeah, I think so.
Played 90, and he also had a bit of a knock.
I hope I'm wrong. I hope he stays
for the
up.
Ivory Coast. Does he go and play
international?
He's an international.
So he might be off as well. Rashford won't be. So that might factor into it.
I think with international break, I think it shouldn't be Ahmad that comes off.
No, I completely agree.
But he always seems to be the target.
Free kick to Leicester. Nice area as well, this. Just a bit further out so you can get some power on it and it still drops down in time. Winks. Plays a little 1-2 on the edge of the box.
Well done, Marcus.
Shitter.
Come on. It's a strange one, isn't it?
Yeah, just absolutely shit, wasn't it? There he is.
Good tackle. Well done, that's good play.
That's it. Yeah,
that's good
nice
play, very good play. He's offside though.
Come back now, that's okay.
Well done, good play.
Shame there, isn't it? Last few times Rashford's had the ball, it's ended up with them having it.
Oh no.
That's the Casemiro versus Liverpool pass, that, isn't it? Hopefully they haven't got Mo Salah playing for them.
Well done, Casemiro. Well done. That's a good knock.
There you go.
Get with him
this
now.
is what I want to see from
This
Højlund.
is the early ball, the channel runs and that.
He's actually got a bit of...
Okay, find your feet then.
Stop now.
That's it. So what happens now?
Hold on.
You know what I mean?
Other
Go on and get
side.
him. No.
Lucky Marcus.
Good
Get
head,
back
Bruno.
Ooh,
Have
that
it.
looked a bit-
Win that. Yeah, Delict.
Well done,
He's
Delict.
good, isn't he, Delict?
Good, mate.
You trust him in those positions where it's could be a bit sticky
Well
if his
done.
touch
Go on.
isn't good or whatever.
Finish.
Nice.
Oh, unlucky.
Don't foul him.
I knew he was going to give that then. Knew he was going to give it.
He did. He wanted the free kick on the edge of the box and he's still pissed off, that's why.
No chance of winning it. And just thought,
Yeah.
fuck
Just
it.
going to his back anyway. Nice little cross actually from Dallo. Not quite enough on it, but
As soon as he touches him there, he's always going to give a
Yeah.
free kick.
Johnny Evans and Garnacho coming on. They've been stood on the sidelines for a few minutes, haven't they? Dallo
A lot.
off. Hang on. Martinez going left back then, do we think?
Spacey said the low you had a stinker.
Yeah,
Rashford
Marcus
off.
coming off.
Wow, Rashford played bad today. Jesus.
Yeah, it wasn't good, was it?
That second half was a bit.
Yeah, second half was poor.
Scary.
Yeah. I think it's probably going to be Martinez left back in it. Mazraoui right back. Evans and Delict.
Can Anthony will get some minutes?
Is that Bruno hurt his head? Probably won't now. Do you?
I feel like he might as well.
Yeah, he'll go. Martinez will go left back, won't he? Evans left side, centre half.
Yeah.
Delit. Mazraoui.
Still 2-0 Ipswich against Newcastle. Against Tottenham, sorry. Newcastle and Forest 1-1, as you can see at the bottom of the screen there. I really would love an Ipswich win. Rennie Harker and
You might be able to finish ninth.
who? Ipswich. That was
That's where
Jay's prediction,
Jay
wasn't
predicted it.
Yeah. Bruno's been a bit messy today, I think.
It's
but
a great goal, that
he's
first
won
one.
us the game, hasn't he? So it's not a bad performance to have, is it? That where he's not been very good, and yet without him, it might well be 0-0. Or, you know, he got both of those goals, or did enough to get those goals. Is he coming off? We've not really shown a replay of what happened to him, have we? Because it was that thing on the edge of the box that pissed him off, and then we never saw it again. Yeah. Just put a little water on the back of his head. That'll fix it. Unless there's a small localised fire on the back of his head, what would water do?
I don't know.
What problem could a little bit of cold water help?
Hydrate.
Yeah.
I think he was checking if he was bleeding, but he wasn't, was he?
No.
Effect on it.
Yeah. Just for the cameras.
Get up.
Come on, mate.
Gotta secure that if we can.
It's like he's not set properly ready at all for that, was
Yeah,
he? He's
he's
like stepping into it as it's
Panicky.
arriving. You want to have your feet ready and be able to take it under control.
He's been lively for them, hasn't he? Him?
Yeah, for
Yeah, he has.
for Taru.
Fatawu, yeah.
So Mazraoui's gone right back to deal with.
Yeah.
Yep.
And then
Martin is left back.
Martinez left
Yeah.
Gent Evans left side centre half.
Go on
Go on.
then.
Go on.
Oh, we just got the wrong
Oh.
side.
Go on.
Fucking hell, they did well there. I mean, he's done amazingly
Well
well,
done.
Mazraoui.
Oh.
But Leicester there, 2-3 passes in a row were
Offside,
like
mate, yeah.
stretched.
And it almost came off.
Yeah,
though.
it did. Are you watching? Where are you watching? Chelsea Arsenal?
Probably go on.
Yeah.
Why were you watching it?
Probably here. I'll wait for chat to stay after the game.
Oh yes. Is he at the Nah, he probably isn't.
I don't
Might
know.
be at the game. Ooh,
Big ball up that.
kicking for touch there.
Yeah. Neither team in the second half have shown
It's
any
been a bit of a
quality
weird one, hasn't it?
whatsoever, have they? It's
Yeah,
been a bit of a
big.
stodgy
Snore
second
fest.
half. This 15 minutes in, and no one's looked like doing anything.
Game's gone by the wayside a little.
It has, hasn't it?
Ooh.
Go on,
Oh.
go on! Oh, I
Oh.
thought Ahmad was going to get it off him there. There's 2.8 tackles per game.
It's nice.
decelerate though.
Go on, Delict. Shit.
Good
Oh,
football.
He's offside. It doesn't matter when
he's
you
done
got
well
Mascherano
there. It's
anyway.
a poor pass though, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was. I think he was offside and it was a bad pass. Come on.
Just give it on back,
putting
lads.
Them, yeah,
Fucking hell.
putting the pressure right back on us there.
Yeah.
As with all Premier League teams, they have got a bit of quality, haven't they, Leicester?
Don't dive in.
Yeah.
Well done.
Just not been able to get the ball. We've defended well, actually, United. They've had one chance all game, Leicester.
Well done.
I'm
Well
quite
done.
happy with that.
Great
Good
touch.
touch.
Great touch. Well done. Good play. Oh no, bad play. Right idea though, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Bad execution, right idea.
Yeah.
First touch were good into space.
It was really good. You just got to have that in you. Well, okay, next time.
That being your first action, though, does kind of like getting you ready.
Yeah.
Just next
Done
one,
really well.
yeah.
Great first touch.
Yeah, play safe
Open
Play
next time.
safe, play safe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll come back now.
Just sort of curve it into Ahmad's path so we can take it on the stride, and instead it's
Gone out of play for a
blasted
throw.
out for a throw in. Yeah.
Game's not won yet, you know.
No, it's
I
not.
don't think.
It's
I
not.
agree.
Half an hour
I
to
agree.
go.
We need another one.
I agree. It's gone
Well
dead
done,
though. I
Delete
do
again.
agree though. The
The
game's
game has
dead.
gone dead, hasn't it?
Yeah.
I think if they nick one, it could be trouble.
Yeah, because all of a sudden they'll go
Yeah.
up a notch in terms of speed,
Well
and
done.
we won't be able to match them because we
Yeah.
look like we're fucking half asleep.
Ooh.
Red,
Agati done really
go
well
on,
there.
send him off, ref. Get him sent.
Yellow minimum.
It's definitely a booking. Buonanotte's been booked here. I think he's... Was he suspended for the next one?
Might be his fifth.
Yeah, suspended for the next game. Not that I give a shit about that. Martinez down. Hopefully he's just making the most of it. Rather than...
He'll get booked and he'll jump straight back up,
actually
won't he?
hurt, yeah.
Nah.
Is it a high one? It's a booking. It's a booking, isn't it? He jumps in a little bit, but
Achilles, yeah.
I don't think it's a red, do you? No,
Agati
just
does
a yellow.
really well with the press as well to start that off,
Yeah.
winning the ball.
I think we've seen Martinez get yellow for worse than that.
Yeah, I don't think it's a red.
Harry Winks, you know.
What do you make? What do you think of him? Player-wise?
He had like a 6-month spell at Tottenham where he thought he was a world beater, innit? Remember?
It must be so good. You know, like you see that a lot with academy players where they'll have like 8 to 10 games where you're like, he might do it, like Makeda or Januzaj or Winks at Tottenham or whoever it may be. It happens quite a lot, and then they just never take that next push. How good must it feel for those few weeks when you're that player and everyone's like, "Oh my God, it might."
When you do that at a big club, it kind of platforms you for at least having a decent career.
Well, that's
Yeah.
what he's done,
Do you know
hasn't
what I
it?
mean? Yeah.
That's what
Yeah,
he's
it
done.
does.
Leicester's obviously.
like Billy Gilmore at Chelsea when he first came
Yeah.
in. I think his first game he had like 120 passes or something insane.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
everyone was like, "Right,
He went,
Sorted.
then he got
Then
rid
there
of
was
him.
a bit
Then he
of
went
a-
to Brighton and done really well,
yeah."
and then got a move to Napoli.
Yeah,
on
he's
his
doing
own.
really well
So he's
there.
doing
He
really well,
went
but like
Napoli.
Chelsea weren't quite sure. But for those first few games, everyone was like, he's
Yeah,
better than
yeah.
Lampard."
Yeah.
It must
I don't
be
know
so
if he
fun.
said that.
I said it. It must be so fun that just that
Yeah.
moment of your career where you're like, "Oh
Yeah.
my God, I've come into the first team and I can match the speed and I'm doing
Yeah.
well and they trust me and all that." Like Mainu's
It
last,
was a weird one.
last 6 months or last 10 months or whatever must have just been so phenomenal as a
And he's playing
personally.
in the World Cup and
in the
yeah,
Euros. final, like,
sorry, yeah.
fucking hell.
I think if you want to raise your stocks, man,
Yeah.
find your way
Crazy.
to Brighton.
Yeah.
I think with that Gilmore one though, that was a funny one because Graham Potter signed him, didn't he, for Brighton, and then he went the other way. So like he signed him, and then before he even played for him, he went to Chelsea.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Bought him from Chelsea and then left for Chelsea.
left to go to Chelsea. Yeah,
Oh, fucking hell.
that was a funny one. But
Indeedy.
he's done really well, hasn't he? Doing well at Napoli as well. McTominay as well, hasn't he?
Side the four. Indeed, he needs to fucking chill out a little bit.
Yeah, he's played a
done
mad
well.
role today. Like it's not played as a DM today at all.
No. He's been there like sort of box to box, driving everywhere kind of player. Go on, Bruno, man on!
He's done well
He knows
there.
it. I don't need to tell him. I don't need to tell him. That's a foul.
Wow.
So calm and
Jesus.
composed. That was good. That good play. That Ahmad.
Bit of a rough,
Just a little turn, wasn't it?
bit of a rough challenge though.
Yeah. And what I'd like to see from Ahmad now is ending the game strongly as well. Just because, like you said, he often gets pulled off at sort of 65 minutes. He's usually the one that gets subbed. It'd be good to for him to sort of show the manager that he can close strongly and get a third.
Yeah.
Or help get a third. So the next time he gets those extra minutes as well. Go on, Martinez.
Hold on.
So I win that, gotta win that. Well done. Shite though, innit?
Not the easiest fullback to go against though in 1v1. I think that's what Rashford knew as well.
Yeah.
Justin, strong, quick. Them players are usually kind of Garnacho's kryptonite as well.
Yeah. Yeah, I remember him
Well
against.
done.
I know they're not the
Udogie.
fullback, but Udogie, and
Yeah.
also the Bayern centre back who likes drifting out wide.
Upamecano.
Fucking hell! Last season against them, he just chucked everyone about, didn't he? Horrible that.
Yeah.
Must be so annoying as well if you're the sort of player who, not that that's all he's got, but kind of relies on your physical attributes and your speed and your strength, and someone's just as quick as you and stronger than
Got to
you.
find other ways.
Yeah.
Usually Garnacho can though. We can catch him out with his like movement and that in behind.
He can, and he'll time it well, where he'll sort of take half a step and then go back inside or whatever.
Yeah.
Holland's looking a bit dejected, isn't he?
Yeah.
Brilliant Ahmad again.
Insert the
Fantastic.
Xerxes if I was Van Nistelrooy. Come on!
Well done,
Actually,
Agate.
try and get the ball. You're just fucking jogging behind
Well
him.
done,
Good
again.
tackle,
Good
you
tackle.
got to that.
Again, that's what he does really
Hoyland
well,
there,
isn't it?
he's pretending to track back, not actually doing anything.
Is that
He's
what
just
you said
jogging
before,
behind
wasn't
the
it?
player, letting Ugarte do it. Get there as well.
Yeah, you highlighted that before, didn't you, about individuals
They all
doing
do
that.
it. It's like if I just jog back, it looks like I'm tracking back, but really you've got no chance of winning the ball back for Man United. You're just letting your midfielder get there instead. Like, actually go for it. Feels like Leicester have had all the ball this half, doesn't it?
Feels a weird half, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Not had any control really.
No. Oh, it's lucky there. Fucking hell.
Ooh,
Win that. Well done.
that's a good tackle.
Girl, you got it like
Ayew. Slide! Oh!
Martinez like tackled him and
His
then
corner, isn't it?
Ugarte's then like tackled the ball back into his path.
That's the look that you get when you're the one driving forward and trying to make stuff happen. He had the momentum on his side, Ayew, so it ends up going back to him.
Martinez tackles it and then it just kind of hits him.
Did he save that?
Yeah, it was a save.
Give a corner.
Well, and I did the thing where it's going wide and he saved it. You can't see it from that angle, but you got like a touch on it.
Fingertip on it. Come on. This would be a terrible time to concede as
Yeah,
well,
oh
because
my
there's enough
God.
time to fucking lose this, let alone draw. Drilled it in, near post.
Well done.
Couple
One
of
on.
looky there.
Got away with it.
Couple of unorthodox set pieces that haven't really worked for Leicester, haven't they?
Yeah, just delivery.
Yeah, strange ones, that free kick before when they tried to pass it.
Into
Like,
the wall.
you were 25, 30 yards out, surely you should have been having a shot there. We'll take it though. Indeed, he off.
Good player, this guy. Yanous.
He's had a good game, indeed, today.
The
Too
Greek.
good.
The Greek. Is it El Canuso?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's
El
from.
Canuso.
Yeah, he's like a little Greek, up and coming wonder kid.
Yeah, they will.
Scored
Yeah.
in the cup. Tottenham have got one back against Ipswich, and Newcastle have gone ahead. Joe Linton with a goal, and Bentancur, fucking hell, getting one back for Tottenham. Still time for them to win that as well.
Oh, by the way, did you see that?
Yeah,
Wowzers. That one was.
it was bad.
I sent it to Jay. I was like, yeah.
Yeah, the absolutely outrageous slander
Outrageous,
name for Rasmus Højlund. Did you see the Arteta one today as well?
Yeah. That one's that one's been
That one's
about.
been around.
But that Højlund one was new. That
Yeah.
was crazy.
Yeah, it was crazy actually. Unrepeatable.
No, it's not.
You can't. It's not forever. If you go on Twitter, you'll find it. Go on. Oh, come on. It's sloppy from everyone at the minute.
Scrap
It's
it.
a great pass. Go on.
Get at him. 1v1.
It's a fantastic pass from Ugarte there.
Come on.
Garnacho, drive,
Shot.
cut back.
What's going on there in the middle of the pitch?
Sniper's got him.
What's he done there?
I think he's hurt his pride.
It's a great ball from Ugarte.
Look
isn't
at
it?
this pass here. Bang. That's a phenomenal pass. And no offence. I don't know. Oh, he does.
Right,
he goes
tries
out
to
his way
chop
to
it.
trip Hoyland there, I think. Well done, Casemiro. Is Garnacho still on the floor?
Jeez.
Let
Wow.
me see it again. Remind me.
Wow.
Oh, yeah, fucking rough stuff, innit?
How did he get away with that?
I don't know.
I don't really know. Because you
It's
can say,
Twitter-
you can say
you can say
whatever
what
the
you
fuck
want on
you want on X
Twitter.
now, can't you?
Yeah.
Johnny
Go on,
Evans.
Johnny!
Go on, Johnny!
Oh, get away,
Get out
man!
the way, ref!
Played a 2 to the ref.
Don't ruin
Oh,
fucking
man.
my Johnny Evans moment. Ruin anyone's
Johnny
moment,
Evans
not a
is trying
Johnny
to-
Evans moment.
He's trying to dominate and you're getting in his way. Sick of this.
I think he stands on his wrist, doesn't he?
Oh, he does, yeah.
Looks like his legs went then as he tried that chop.
Yeah, it was weird. It just slipped, I think, didn't he? And he stood on the back of his hand there. I think it'd be fine. He's crying. It does hurt though, doesn't it? Hands are very sensitive.
You felt bad then, didn't you?
I did feel a bit bad, yeah. Saw the boy crying. I thought maybe it does hurt him. Somewhere.
He was dying to say, "Oh, I need to get on with it." But when you seen him crying, you felt bad, didn't
Because I
you?
remembered I did a fist pump yesterday with my girlfriend because that's how we.
Yeah, it's how you roll and that. Yeah.
And she just caught me with a knuckle on the back of the hand, and that made me wince. Let alone a little fire standing on the back of my hand. How do you pronounce it? Fires. Yeah, it would hurt. Fair enough, gone actually.
I think we need a bit of a refresh.
Yeah.
In the 9, I would say.
Yeah.
I would put Xerxes on. Take Hoyland off.
Would you say that you twerksy for Xerxes? Little eyebrow raise there.
Yeah.
Call it what you want. Yeah, I think we
Yeah.
get Xerxes on.
I think we need a bit of lease of life, I think.
Yeah. What do you think, Ronnie?
I think Xerxes for Hoyland.
Yeah. Nice.
Maybe even an Ericsson get a foot on it a little bit.
Yeah, I won't mind that. Who for? Cass,
Bruno.
or Ugarte, and Bruno. This is what Bruno does that no one else does. Actually puts a bit of pressure on them when they've got the ball. Everyone else is just happy
Oh,
for
that
them to
looked
have it.
dodgy, that left leg,
It
didn't
is.
it?
Proper swing at that, wasn't it?
Jesus.
Oh, I almost caught that. Did it? Oh,
This-
looked like it, innit?
Yeah, it did. Well done. Bentancur. Isaac with the goal and assist now as well.
No. Mazarawi's he's
Oh!
very good. I like
Well
him,
done,
mate.
Mazraoui.
I think he's
Now
been very
look,
good
who
since
are you going to
he's
cross
come.
it to? Fucking hell.
Very consistent every
Get in
game.
the box.
Ah, that's
Man's
poor.
got they've done a good job.
doubled up,
Leicester.
but-
Yeah,
yeah, but it's still sloppy though. Still keep it.
it is. But they've done a good job of.
Ahmad's at about
Hold
2
on.
touches second half.
Casemiro done well there because he just went to press the keeper. He thought the ball was going, just ran towards the keeper.
Yeah.
It's good that. Here he is.
Here he is, the Zerk. Moisturiser on his head.
There we go.
Yeah, Hoyland. Another sort of fruitless afternoon for Hoyland, isn't it? Is he chucking it down or something?
Yeah.
Shit. I ain't got an
You
umbrella.
prepared?
No, not at all.
All that.
Rasmus rubbing in that moisturiser that I was
No.
mentioning before.
Doing a bit of MUA before you get on.
Van Nistelrooy turtled out. Would you go turtle if you were managing? You think on the on the turtle's
bald
neck?
and turtleneck and that.
Why
Like
is
Ten Hag.
Is that,
Ten
yeah,
Hag again.
Ten Hag was
Yeah.
they called him Turtle Hog, didn't they, for a while?
Yeah. Turtle Hopper.
Eric Turtle Hopper. That'll be you when you
Ryan Turtle Hopper has been announced.
The turtle gets the big job. Up the RTH. Exactly. Ryan Turtle Hopper.
I love it.
Would you go turtleneck if you were managing United, Ronnie?
I might do, you know.
Would you?
I'm not against the turtleneck.
With it, maybe a little. Do you ever wear a chain? Because I like. Do you know, like the Rock with the chain over the turtle?
With a little,
that's what I'd be
with
going
a little
for.
mini rope chain as well.
Yeah. I see that. Over the turtle.
I wore a turtleneck to Nobu in Qatar actually.
Bloody hell. That's the start of a real elite story, that, innit?
So he's dropping a few
Yeah,
little
so-
bombs here, and
I
if
don't-
business class,
I
Nobu.
don't-
Some
like a
budget.
Qatar trip,
Some
man.
budget.
I don't-
Some budget on
Let me
that.
tell you.
I don't
Go
go
on.
LA monthly though.
I neither do I. Yearly.
Well done.
Oh, I should have done that, Lefty.
So many little movements involved in that from Bruno, weren't they? Just keeping the ball there, half hesitations and like. That's a great cross.
Oh,
Oh,
it's a good
lucky.
ball, that,
Good
wasn't it?
ball, that. If only it wasn't Ahmad wedged between two
The
centre
lit
backs
again,
trying to win it.
solid. Oh,
Okay, now he's feeling himself, blowing it. Okay,
He got it
confidence.
Go on.
1v1. No. Agate again.
Brilliant from
Very
Ugarte there.
And Delit. Delit's been solid as well.
Dillick's been very good. Every time the ball's come up, he's just stopped it, hasn't he? He's just kept it for us. Did I get a touch?
Firefighting all the time, the
Yeah.
lad, isn't he?
No, just a bit wild.
And you need that. You need players who can do that. Like 9 times out of 10. Casemiro just wincing there. I don't know what's happened to him. Might be a little Ericsson job, like you said.
Yeah,
There he is.
there he is.
Prediction. Newcastle. Still 2-1 there. Still 2-1 Ipswich as well.
Does feel like Ipswich will now do the thing of have what we hold and then invite pressure.
Yeah. I'll tell you about the numbers in that game. Tottenham have had 66% possession there. Which is basically in line with the first half, but they've now had 15 shots to Ipswich's 7. But if you're Ipswich, you don't need to have any more shots.
Yeah, I think they'll probably. Yeah, but it's like when you play a certain way, being probably adventurous, and then now they're gonna like pen themselves in, and then
Yeah. And then when you do concede that equaliser, you've got nowhere to go.
yeah, you've can't then flip it.
No. But they're in the 79th minute there, as we are.
Tottenham last season, man, they were so good at like scoring like in the last 5 to 10 minutes of games.
Yeah. Ericsson on for Casemiro then for the last probably 15, 16 minutes with stoppage time. I'd love Xerxes to get a shot. Fucking give
You know,
anything
man,
for him
making
to just
it-
have a shot.
Making it sound like Make-A-Wish.
No, not because it's him, but just whoever it is plays up front. They don't get many shots, do they? Well, I didn't say that. Go on, good pressing. Well done. Win that, Johnny. Oh, it's
Good head.
Martinez.
Yeah, Martin's always gonna win that.
Look at this.
Head tennis, them too.
That's good. Oh, that's nice.
Is that
Look at this.
Vaseline off his head?
Got a bit of extra grip on it.
Oh,
come
that's
on, Ref!
horrendous.
He's gone through it! You joking? He's not got the ball there, has he?
Feel like a blatant foul. Boy.
Fucking
he did.
hell.
It's gone. Even if he did get the ball, he had to go through.
Yeah. United have had only 2 shots on target in this game. 2-0. Come on.
Oh,
Come on.
nice.
Footwork.
Silky, innit? What's the difference between silk and satin? Could you spot the diff?
Probably something like
Silk is worm based.
It's going to be something component wise.
Well
Yeah.
done.
But in terms of
bad
like to
pass.
the touch, I don't think I could tell you the difference. If you gave me a satin handkerchief and a silk handkerchief, I'd be all 6s and 7s personally. Still 2-1 in those other 2 games. 2-1 to Newcastle against
Where
Forest.
does that
2-1
come from?
Don't
to
know, man,
Tottenham
I don't know.
against 2-1 to Ipswich, sorry, against Tottenham as well.
Yeah, you know, to move on dead quick as well. After
Oh yeah, Ben. Here we go. Well, that's just a picture. Give me the details.
it's to say how there's no difference.
There you go. Look, top left. So satin can be produced from silk. What? Newsflash. Satin can be produced from silk, cotton, nylon, polyester, viscose, and rayon. Silk is derived from the cocoons of silkworms and is a purely natural fabric. Satin has a shiny, glossy front surface and a dull back surface. Silk has a shiny, glossy appearance on both sides and a luxurious feel. Silk is typically more breathable. Because, okay, so satin is basically a type, like a finish rather than an actual material.
Is that where it's from?
3-1 Newcastle.
Finland.
3-1 Newcastle.
Finland.
What?
Oh,
And it's Harvey Barnes with the goal.
I don't foul.
Tonali. Oh, God.
Oh, well
Well done,
done.
Martinez.
Martinez, brilliant.
Good
Martinez
awareness.
has done his back.
Awareness. Okay, I'll make him sound like a granddad. He's probably alright, but he's just...
Away. Dill it again.
Take a touch. Oh,
Good play.
touch.
Spin. Oh. Ah, good
Look
play.
at this. Little pinger.
Brilliant.
Oh,
Ericsson, that's class.
fantastic, Ericsson. Come on. Someone make some fucking... You got it.
He's went the wrong side, though, the whole time.
Ericsson needs to get in the air.
Garnacho
isn't he?
Pinga!
Oh, wow.
Go on, son!
Wow, what a goal.
That's what he's been looking for the last 2 months.
That's unreal.
Top corner. Stroked it in the back of the
Fucking hell.
net.
That's so good.
The fact he's not even
Go on,
celebrating.
son!
So good. What a finish that is.
Game over. Fuck off.
Great play, Ericsson there as well.
Brilliant,
Brilliant.
from Ericsson. Just
Really
waited
good.
long enough. Let people
That
come on to
reverse
him.
pass.
Yeah, fantastic.
What a finish. What a goal that is.
Brilliant goal. He struck it. That was like a Bruno strike the way he hit that. Just controlled it, didn't he? He didn't try and knock the
Very
tips off
good.
it. Really good. Have you worked with Garnacho? Have you met him?
No, never.
Really good.
No.
Is that an assist for Bruno as well? Yeah. He does well here, Bruno, because there's never an easy pass.
I think it's
on. He's
Xerxes,
onside
innit?
there, definitely.
Oh, no, it's not, yeah.
No.
This little whip one there. Bam.
Little-
Oh, what a goal that
just
is, lads.
Beautiful finish.
Get
Beautiful.
around that ball.
Skinny.
Bam.
dippers.
Oh, it's
Oh,
beautiful.
it's crisp,
And there's
isn't
me
it?
thinking he picked the wrong option as well.
Yeah.
So good, that.
Bruno.
Great finish. And that's game over now. It's a big game, this. Few goals.
Needed
Hopefully we can
something
keep
like
this
that, though,
little
lads,
clean
didn't it?
Piece as well.
Needed something like that for the game, though, because it was
Yeah.
going just completely.
It was flat,
Yeah,
wasn't it?
small
Now look,
fest,
making
wasn't it?
those... we're making subs, or obviously
some
Garnacho's
subs.
not coming off.
Anthony
but
surely.
Ahmad is.
Oh, Anthony can surely make an appearance now.
Yeah, give Anthony a minute.
Minute.
Bring him on at left wing back just to get him used to it. Under Amarim. Yeah, maybe get a little Mason Mount going as well.
Justin's come off for them.
Ronaldo's got a rash that he's just checking on.
Oh, yes. Shit. Fucking hell.
Just having a
Fucking
look.
it's gone down my leg.
Is it?
It's,
That all started as well, didn't it? Martinez getting a knee in the back. Oh, look at
Justin's
that.
not happy, is he?
He's got that 1,000-yard stare, hasn't he?
yeah, no.
He's had a good game, actually. To be
Fucking
fair,
hell.
Leicester haven't been bad, have they? They're just
Oh,
not
so it was
managed
about
to create anything.
I
Garnacho
was
scores.
about to tell him to cry me a river.
Oh my god.
Justin. Very nice.
Hey, that's soul destroying though, isn't it? Your left
Yeah.
winger, as a right back, your left winger scores and then you get hooked straight after it.
I think as well, all 3 goals have come from that side as well.
Right.
The shot from Bruno, the cross to Bruno, and that goal. He's had a good game, and yet everything's come his side.
Yeah.
It's a tough one to take that. Weird game, this, isn't it? It's not felt like a sort of, swashbuckling 3-0 kind of
Yeah.
going
Dominant
after Leicester, has
performance,
it? No,
is
it's
it?
been like we've had about 4 chances and scored 3 goals. That's all right, though, isn't it? That's what you need to do.
Yeah.
Newcastle still 3-1 up against Forest. Someone asked if they could do a Leicester before. No one saw this coming, did they? Toby says, get Xerxes on. I like that. That's nice. I've got a few super chats, actually. Sirius Fakrabadi says, why does Garner get chances but Rashi is invisible? I think we mentioned that one before, actually. The jammiest jammy dodger. The jam is simply overflowing over the top. Says, if Rashford continues throughout the season like this, do you think United will look at the possibility of cashing it in on him in the summer? I think that they'll look at that possibility. Yeah, I do. Obviously, if it happens is another thing, but I'm sure they'd consider it. Andre Barbosa, I'm just waiting for this free kick by Leicester. Clip it in. Decent area, that, but
De Ligt again.
Towering header from De Ligt. Has Rashford done anything to justify his spot in the starting lineup? Just a genuine question, not taking a dig.
This is now that this is the thing. So,
I like him.
Garnacho's probably much better as an impact sub, and he scored an absolutely amazing goal. But outside of that, it's been a bit.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? But Rashford's not taking his opportunity. So, as much as we criticise like sometimes Garnacho, and which I've done about his performances and his inconsistencies or whatever, who else has nailed down the starting spot to play ahead of him? So he almost has to play. That's the thing.
Yeah,
Do you know
that's
what I mean?
that's the position that we found ourselves in with Garnacho, which is again, and I'm not using this to have a go at him. He's scored a phenomenal goal and he's capable. That Everton goal is literally one of the best goals I've ever seen in my life. He's capable of magical things, but like minute in, minute out in games, he does make the wrong decisions a lot. But we should have someone in front of him who's better than him.
Yes.
And he should be coming on now, like he has done tonight, with the ability to take a few risks, do something exciting and score a fantastic goal.
Yep.
Instead, we have to play him fucking 30 times in a row, whatever it was last season. I think, it's not his fault that he's a young kid, because he is. But we should have someone in front of him who is more mature, who does the right thing more often, and who has a better output than him. But we don't, so he plays, and with that you get his weaknesses. And I'm not going to blame him for that. I just think it's a shame we haven't got, a top-class winger playing every week in front of him. Infernus25 says Eriksen to come on so to control the game more.
Yes,
you were right. I think it happened a little bit later than your
wanted to.
message came in, but you got it right. And he made the crucial pass for that goal as well, didn't he? Drew Foria. I wonder what Ruben will think watching this game over and seeing Rashford not even bothered. The difference between him and Diallo was crazy. Vince McDonnell says Ugarte is a beast, non-stop closing players down. He is the sort of player that is probably harder to play against than he gets credit for. Like if you're a midfielder or someone in his area, he's a nuisance. So annoying to play against, wouldn't he?
Yeah.
Like he's just constantly on you, constantly after, even if he's not sort of Modric quality on the ball.
Yeah, no, he's an handful.
Enjoy playing against him at all. Mid-Token Marius, who's been a member for 37 months, thank you very much. Gotta love how I pay for Sky to watch the games when I'm off work and they can't be bothered to actually show them. Happy new manager day tomorrow. I don't understand why this game isn't on telly in England. Because it's on a Sunday. I know we're only playing Sunday because of the Europa. But surely you can, even if you stick a remote commentator who's in a studio in London somewhere just to commentate over it and get the feed from somewhere, it just doesn't make sense why you're playing Sunday afternoon and it's not even on telly.
Yeah.
Anyway, Toby SSO8 gets Hercules on. Burnside is back. Leave the football before it leaves you, in quotes. How some of these pundits remain in jobs is beyond me. Embarrassing fools. Jobs for the boys. Nonsense. I don't know who's talking about there, but I like it. And DRZ said so far there's not much in terms of reliability between Garnacho and Rashford. Can only alternate until someone shows consistent form. I think that's pretty fair, to be honest. Give them both chances until someone becomes a little bit more consistent. Good win this though. I know they're not great, but comfortable 3-0 wins have been pretty hard to come by, aren't they? Last 2 or 3 seasons, let alone this year. Well done. Yes, Martinez. He's been good today as well, Martinez. Who's your man of the match, Ronny?
Probably Ugarte.
Nice.
Ugarte or Mazraoui.
Yeah.
Or maybe De Ligt. Them three have the shouts for me.
Yeah.
Who you pick? You got to have one. Give me one.
I'll give you Ugarte it.
Lovely. Hopper.
Yeah, I'm gonna go Ugarte.
Yeah.
Definitely. I think he's brought the play up really well, pressed really well, used the ball really well, just lively.
Got
on
a
the
great
front
engine
foot.
on him as well, hasn't he? Look at him now. Look, still sprinting around in the 90th minute.
Yeah, I think De Ligt has been solid as well. Like you said, positional wise, very good. A lot of firefighting, putting fires out. And Mazraoui, like Ronnie said, I think he's been ever consistent since he's come. I think he's been probably United's best player this season.
Yeah,
I think he's been, really reliable. Does a great job on the ball, off the ball. So yeah, but no, Ugarte.
Yeah. In the comments, people saying Ahmad, Ugarte. I think Ahmad's had too many spells where he's not. He's been involved.
Ahmad's been he's been very quiet second half.
Yeah, I think he's played well though. Mazraoui, yeah, it's always the same faces, isn't it? It's Mazraoui and Dilic. They're usually like
Same
up
man,
there, and then someone else. I think I would agree. Ugarte, I think he's just for his overall throughout the game performance. He's been a bit of a nightmare for Leicester, actually, just stopping them going
6
forward
minutes
so much.
added.
6 minutes of stoppage
Yeah,
time.
no.
CBA with a name yet simply says Joe is a cheese wheel.
What kind of cheese do you reckon?
If it's coming in wheel form, it's probably one of your harder cheeses.
It's not Leicester cheese, is it?
Maybe Red Leicester. Maybe a giant baby bell. I'm going to say, and maybe this is just because this is what I want to be, Parmesan. The rarest and most beautiful of the cheeses. There you go. Thank you very much. I'll take it as a compliment, actually. Ruud signing off as interim undefeated. 3 wins, 1 draw. Been a while since we've had that 4-game run, isn't it? When is the last time we had that?
I'll fucking take it. Tell
I
you
know.
that.
Unbelievable. He's done himself a few favours, I think, Van Nistelrooy. Not that he's done anything completely amazing, but if you come in and it's 2 draws, a loss and a win, that's a very different feel and everything than undefeated with 3 wins.
Success.
Sorry. Where's that been all season? Go on, Ahmad.
Whip.
Bruno, whippy.
Oh,
You can't
Davis,
sneak
got
it
a
in
little
there.
He's
side
thinking, I
on
want
there.
to cap off this performance with a goal. As does Ahmad. What really on that, was it, to be honest?
That would have probably took them.
Yeah, I think he's done a good. I think he's done a great job. Ruud steadied the ship.
Yeah.
Done what he's needed to do. Obviously, it would have been nice to be all wins, but leaving it unbeaten.
Yeah.
For Ruben to come along now and just be interesting to see what happens with him. See what they do with him.
In a time as well in the league where no team has done particularly well recently. Like you look at the whole Premier League.
Yeah.
It's a mad few weeks. Other than Liverpool, who sort of keep
Tottenham
winning.
still losing as well.
Tottenham still losing. They've only won, as it stands, 1 of their last 3. Villa haven't won in 3.
Great ball.
Newcastle struggling. Arsenal struggling. It's been a good time to pick up points.
Oh,
shit.
Even Chelsea have only won 1 of their last 3, and part of that was because we got the draw with them under Van Nistelrooy. So, yeah, a good time to pick up points, this. Still 2-1 Ipswich, as it stands. In the 93rd minute there.
Be a
And
great
Newcastle
result for them.
3-1 against Forest, they'll win that now.
Newcastle beating Forest and
Arsenal
Arsenal back to back. Good results.
It is good results. Yeah, they've stepped
The
up.
Forest one's
performances
weird
against
because I've
Newcastle.
not watched many games of Forest, but I watched them against Brighton where they drew 2-2, and Brighton played them off the park for the majority of the game.
Well, the Fulham game the
Yeah.
other week, I think it was a draw or Fulham won. They weren't very good in that either. That was at the City Ground, and they just were a bit slow and.
Fulham are decent as well now.
They are, but
Yeah, Fulham were a good side.
yeah, they're just getting the results against the teams around them, aren't they? Forest, that's what they're doing well. Beating teams they're better than. And like I said before, if you keep doing that, you'll do very well.
Yeah,
so.
you have a good season. Yeah.
Yeah. Tottenham still 2-1 down against Ipswich. Couple of minutes to go here.
Boom.
Just
Go on the 5th one.
yeah, try a different
The
one.
5th, yeah, the 5th one.
Yes.
I use that.
There we go.
Maybe not then.
Got to be nearly full time now,
Yeah,
hasn't
it's
it?
gotta be,
near.
yeah.
Got to be.
90 plus 7.
Got to be all she wrote.
It is. It will be. I think we're slightly behind in the corner there.
Yeah.
Frame rate.
A little bit laggy. That's okay. We're nearly done now. Going to be a big win. It's annoying because it's a
3-0,
big win.
take
this, but United remain in 13th.
Full
Which
time.
is slightly disappointing. Full time then, 3-0 to Manchester United, beating Leicester City. Another clean sheet, another unbeaten performance, another win for Ruud van Nistelrooy. 3 out of 4 wins, no losses. Honestly, just a brilliant little platform for Ruben Amorim to take over from, innit?
Yeah, exactly. We get a lot of our players back. We're going to be fitter. He comes in the international
Can we change
break.
the camera, please?
He has time to kind of introduce his system, and we've got an opportunity now. We've got Ipswich straight out of the gate. It looks like they've pulled off a little bit of an upset against Spurs.
Yeah.
I think today I'm not going to go on like it was an amazing performance, but I think what the performance was, it was professional.
Yeah.
And it's the performance of a big side where you do put a team like this away without having to be like amazing. And we haven't seen comfortable games like this nearly enough.
No.
And I can't even think of that many openings that Leicester created the whole game, to be honest. So for me, I'm happy with that result. 3-0, perfect, comfortable, professional, and we'll take it, and we can hopefully shoot our way up the table now.
Yeah. Ryan, thoughts?
No, and
again?
I think Ronnie's hit the nail on the head. I think, like you said, comfortable, professional. I think, it was 3-0. Not a total dominant performance, but listen, you got to take them. 3-0, move on. Some great goals. Bruno's first goal, great goal. Garnacho, great goal. Clean sheet, lots of positives to take. Ruud's done a fantastic job in his interim charge, and roll on Ruben now.
Yeah. On to Ipswich next, who are currently in the 97th minute against Tottenham, 2-1 up there. It wouldn't be their first win of the season, would it? Or maybe their second.
Yeah.
It would be their first win of the season, which would be a phenomenal one for them and for us, and also means they don't have to beat us in 2 weeks now. They can sort of have it off a little bit. You know what I mean? They're not desperate.
They can ride the coattails of beating Spurs, and then they can come into us a little bit more.
Let's just wait until we see the full-time score there, because obviously, like we said, 6 minutes gone of stoppage time at Ipswich there. We'll be back, obviously, in a few minutes as well for the proper full-time review. We'll go through the game. We'll have a look at a little bit at what Van Nistelrooy has brought to United in these last few games and how we can see that sort of translating under Amorim. But hopefully, Ipswich looking to win the game. They'll get into some chats as well while we're waiting for that. Sergio Lopez says, Garnacho didn't look happy after he scored. Bruno also chatting to him after the game. I wonder if it's a bit of a sort of showmanship thing of wanting to look a little bit Cristiano Ronaldo style where he scored and he's just sort of shrugging. I don't think he looked unhappy personally, do you? Would you look
he didn't celebrate his goal at all, did he? I think he's probably upset he didn't start, but also he knows. I think he hears the noise that he's been getting a lot of criticism for his recent performances, because even though he scored that goal today, his cameo weren't the greatest either. But we won 3-0. He scored an exceptional goal, so we just look at the positive side of it, and then we get 2 weeks to kind of refresh, recalibrate, and we just need everyone performing well.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? We don't need it to become a bit of a story about who's playing least bad out of Rashford and Garnacho to start on the left wing or whatever. We'd rather them both fit and firing, because I still think Garnacho's best when he comes off the bench.
Yeah, I completely agree, as we saw today. Lauren Rose says, who'd have thought we'd go unbeaten in 4 and City would lose 4 in a row? Hell of an interim job by Van Nistelrooy, that. Didn't even play City and we still made him lose 4 in a row. That is unbelievable stuff, that. Hands up for the Panther says, some of these clowns in the chat embarrassing. Ruud said he's the shit. We won. Utter fools. What was he supposed to do before Ruben Amorim comes in? Ready for Amorim out by fake Twitter/troll fans or idiots. Hands up for the Panther getting on it there. I respect that. He's done a brilliant job, Van Nistelrooy. He's literally done all I could ask. Turn the results around. I don't care the performances. I don't care how you do it. 3-0 at home. There's not been many of them for the last few years.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Winning in Europe again for the first time in 12 months. Undefeated. Going and playing against Chelsea as well. He's been slightly fortunate to have 4 home games, but so what? You know, you take what you've got in front of you, and he's done a phenomenal job. And we know what it feels like to win games again and back-to-back games at that. So, you know, I'm more than happy with the job that he's done. Max Ketley says, second most clean sheets in the league. Imagine if we had a fit left-back. I mean, you know, I don't know how much that would have helped us win more games, but we might have even another clean sheet or two. Into the 9th minute of stoppage time now in this Tottenham game. What is this? Honestly, just blow the whistle, ref. Come on. Best player on the pitch, Ugarte, according to Roshan Bashir. I completely agree. Back up to 0 goal difference as well now, Man United as well, which is perfect. That's it. That's perfect. It's all about that 0 goal difference. I'm not going anywhere until there's the full-time whistle on this Ipswich game, but it is still not here yet. It must be full-time now, surely. Full-time, there you go. Ipswich have beaten Tottenham. That's a great result for United. Fantastic result. So looking quickly at the table before we go then, United in 13th, but only 4 points off top 4 now. And if we're looking up to Fulham in 7th, only 3 points out of the European places as well. Great time to have a little draw.
Crazy how we won a game like that 3-0, we're still 13th. That shows you how tight the league is.
Yeah, it does. Yeah, we're up into those sort of numbers now between us and Forest in 3rd. There's only 4 points in it. Do you know what I mean? That's mad, isn't it? 4 good games to start Amrim's spell, and we might be challenging for the title. No, I'm not that naive. We'll be back in a few minutes for the full-time review. Make sure you stay where you are. We'll be going through everything that happened in the game and looking ahead to Ruben Amrim as well. United 3, Leicester 0. Phenomenal win and another clean sheet under Ruud van Nistelrooy. We'll see you in a bit.